I've got so much love, only you. Tell me how to love you, baby. I don't mind and I don't mind. Girl, I love, always thinking of you. You are the sun, you are the rain that makes my life this foolish game. You need to know I love you so, and I do it all again and again. Whoa, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, girl, I know you know the way I feel, and I need your love for always. 'Cause when I'm with you, I fall in love again and again and again, baby. You are the sun, you are the rain that makes my life this foolish game. You need to know I love you so, and I do it all again and again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You are the sun, you are the rain, baby.
Q105.
Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. And the days go by like a strand in the wind, in the web that is blown. I begin again. Said to my friend, baby, nothing else matters. He was no more than a baby then. Well, he seemed broken-hearted, something within him. But the moment that I first laid eyes on him, all alone on the edge of 17. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, yeah, ooh. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, yeah, ooh. The clouds never expected when it rains, but the sea changes color, but the sea does not change. So with the slow, graceful flow of age, I went forth with an angel's desire to please on the edge of 17. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, yeah, ooh. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, yeah, ooh. Well, then suddenly there was no one left standing in the hall.
I'm sorry, I'm having a spastic attack. What's the sound effects? I'm sorry, I'm having
blowing me out. It's like we're at a club.
I'm having a spastic attack over here. That's the way it felt last night. Holy crap! Just disorganized, just a mess, just a disaster, and just. Do you like my Monday Night Football mega mix?
It's making me nauseous, actually.
Well, that game made me nauseous, actually.
And for the record now,
Yeah.
Tom Brady is 7-1 against the Cowboys.
Yeah, his first loss to the Cowboys. Is that in history? First loss to the Cowboys?
Yes.
Tom Brady? What the hell?
Good job, Tom.
Oh, man, I'm very concerned about Fester as well. So we're not starting off the program with very good news today. Fester's on the way to the hospital.
For real?
God, what's going on with him?
Myasthenia gravis. It's coming back with a vengeance.
Is that what this has all been about?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yep. So the Bucs, they lose to the Cowboys last night, 31-14. The Bucs season is done. The question is Tom Brady done either with the Bucs, the NFL as a player, or both? Oh, is Tom Brady going on to be an analyst for Fox with that purported $350 million deal after his playing career is over? Or does he come back to the Bucs next year? Or there are rumored teams like what I read last night. Well, the Raiders we've been hearing for a little bit, but also the 49ers, because that's his backyard. He grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area. And then
What's this guy
also
want to play till he's 58? What is he doing?
Also, the Titans have been mentioned as a possibility, so we don't know. We don't know what the hell Tom Brady's going to do, but all I know is the Bucs just blew it last night, just sucked. People say to me, "Hey, you mean you're not going to the game, man? You're a radio personality. You're on the air. Every morning you've been in this market for years and years, and you're not going to the game." Well, it's games like that where I'm glad I wasn't there. Who wants to?
Yeah, right.
Who wants to
That's
be
a
there?
fun drive home.
Who wants to watch that? Now, listen, we watch the games on TV. I just got to be honest. I'm just much happier in the comfort of my own home, sitting on my couch, watching on my television set. That's just my thing. I mean, we watch these games. I just want to do it from the comfort of my own home and not from a big stadium on Dale Mabry. I'm just being honest.
With a zillion people breathing down your neck.
There you go.
As for Brady, where he might go, some really optimistic Bucs fans are like, wait, he posted a picture of himself on Instagram, a photo of him in a creamsicle jersey a couple of weeks ago. Maybe that means he wants
Where are you
to
seeing
stay.
this?
That's just blogs and message boards and things. But I mean, there is an actual story of him, a post of him in a creamsicle.
Wait a sec.
Yes.
So people are speculating because Tom Brady posted a picture of himself where, like on Instagram?
Yes.
Oh my God, I saw him in a Bucs uniform last night for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
That must mean something.
So people are really speculating that because Tom Brady posted a picture of himself
Yeah.
in an old school creamsicle Buccaneer Bruce uniform,
Yes.
that means that Tom Brady was sending us a message that he's coming back?
Yeah, I just said some optimistic
jeez.
Bucs
Yes.
fans, not all, not the realistic ones.
One thing's for sure. It's all going to be about Tom. He's going to make it all about himself. What am I going to do? Man, who cares about this guy? I'm tired of him. I can't take it
Yeah,
anymore.
let me hear this audio bite.
Rev, I'm sure this is on.
Oh, hang on a second. I hit the wrong.
I was going to say, he's all phlegmed up. Jeez, Tom's aged. Yes.
I hit the wrong sound
Tom,
bite.
want to clear your throat for the interview?
Hang on a minute. Let me try this one.
They played pretty good. They played good defensively and put a lot of pressure on us, and we just couldn't make enough plays. So I was kind of typical of the way we played all year, just inefficient in the passing game and not very good in the run game. So, it's hard to beat good teams like that.
Yeah. If you can't play offense and you can't play defense, it's kind of tough to beat a decent team.
A little bit.
Oh man, it was a weird game.
Well, how about the kicker with the yips?
What the hell?
That ended up being inconsequential since they won.
I mean,
but
that kicker for the Cowboys missed 4 extra point kicks in a row.
Oh my
I
God,
mean,
really?
It was like
Terrible.
It was like a nursing home resident was kicking the ball a couple of times.
What do you have, a bunion?
I don't know what was going on, but man, it was bizarre. He'd shank it to the right, he'd shank it to the left,
shake it to the
right. We do a song.
It's like a wedding dance.
Then he almost put the ball like right on top of the goalpost. I mean, it was just crazy
What do they have?
stuff.
What are the Three Stooges kicking it? What is happening here? What a buffoon.
and Dak Prescott slammed his helmet after he missed one of them. So mad.
You got one job, bro.
My God. Anyway, so the Buccaneers fall to the Dallas Cowboys 31-14, and the Buccaneers season is done. You want to hear my Monday Night Football mega mix again?
Oh, God,
You want to hear that? Oh, you do? Okay, here we go.
No.
Here it is.
I said no.
The mega mix. That was better. That was better than the first time. I kind of hit that on the beat with the buzzer and the Price is Right loser horns. Oh man, yeah. Michelle was like, "Is this game for real?" Yeah, she was yelling, and then when Michelle yells,
Yeah.
it upsets
The dogs.
one of our dogs.
Okay.
Gatsby doesn't care, but our female Scout hates it when Michelle yells, and she like comes running to me and starts pawing me like, "Why is she yelling? Why is she yelling?" I'm like,
Mommy's mad again.
Scout, because the Bucks are sucking right now. That's why. And I'm worried about Fester. I'll give you the early crowd. I'll give you a little update on Fester. I got a text from Fester. He's not coming in, and I'm a little alarmed at what he wrote in the text. Fester is headed to the emergency room at Tampa General Hospital. All right, hold on. Folks, stand by. Don't move. I'll give you the details of what's going on with Fester next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Just getting rolling. Here's Pat with traffic back in a second.
Well, here we go with a crash.
5 at 6:21. We're all here minus Fester this morning. I got word earlier that Fester was going to be late, and then the text was revised that he's not going to make it at all. I then spoke to him on the phone just prior to show time, and he's on the way to the hospital. So here's the deal. Let me share with you the texts. Now, for those that follow the show, Fester, a couple of medical ailments lately. The first one was he was complaining about like some tightness in his chest and stomach, and he hadn't eaten in a couple of days, or he had eaten very lightly. And that, we think, might be acid reflux, or Froggy, as you've called it for years.
Acid reflux is what I'm pretty sure.
No,
it is.
it's not ta-na-na-na, the reflex. No, it's ta-na-na-na.
I have it. I'm afflicted.
Ta-na-na-na, the reflux.
Me and Ashley Simpson.
Well, listen, a lot of people have acid reflux. It's probably one of the most common ailments that people have. And you take some, what do you call it?
Prilus.
Yeah, well, Prilosec would be a brand name for what, Froggy?
Rareprozole. I'm Rareprozole. I can't say it.
Omeprazole.
Omeprazole.
Yeah. Omeprazole.
Yes, that stuff is a lifesaver.
Not to be confused with Ozempic. Yeah. Ozempic.
When I was texting with Fester, he said that helped him out. He started taking that, and then he was like good to go. I thought he was fine.
Spoke to him in the parking lot yesterday on the way out. You know, obviously we were in the studio the whole morning, but we also had an additional conversation in the parking lot after yesterday's show. We were here yesterday live, and he said, he thinks the acid reflux and the tightness in the chest thing is gone, but while he's talking to me, his whole face is drooping. So I'm like, well, and
man, you noticed it?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, you could even some of the texters yesterday were like, I think Fester's
Really?
struggling today.
Yes. Well, Froggy, you weren't here yesterday because of your very suspicious day off. That's a whole. Hey, did you hear our little segment on you yesterday?
No. Was he going to make me mad? I don't want to be mad.
We'll do a recap of that later on. Hey, where's the envelope? Did you say it? Did you save it, or did you throw it away?
I threw it away.
Oh man, we should have posted a picture of that. Oh well, we'll post the video up. Andrew should have put that video up yesterday, but didn't. But hey, Andrew, we're gonna do the Froggy revelation. We'll put that video up for today from yesterday. All right. So I'm in the parking lot. I'm talking to Fester, and he's telling me how, I think the acid reflux medication might be taking care of the tightness in the chest and just the discomfort. But additionally, while he was having because he went to a cardiologist and the EKG was fine, so he wasn't having any heart issues. But while he's having apparently acid reflux, his myasthenia gravis came back. And myasthenia gravis, if you watch TV, well, there are 150,000 drug commercials. Every day it seems there's some prescription drug that they're advertising where it sounds like someone just got high and made up a name. And Fester, I've asked him, hey, have you seen that commercial that they're talking about taking care of myasthenia gravis? And there's a commercial. There's some drug out there. I'm like, hey, you ought to try that. Well, Fester, back in about 2011, during the first run of the MJ Morning Show, Fester was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis, which is an autoimmune disorder, and it kind of attacks like the facial muscles, and you just feel weak. And it's not unlike, I guess, some of the presentation aspects of Bell's palsy. And like his mouth will droop, his eye will droop, and he just has a general, I guess, like a lethargic type feeling, and the muscles in his face will droop, and his voice will change as well. Well, he had it in 2011. He was, how long was he off the show? Was he off the show for close to a month, I think he said?
Yeah, it was a while.
Yeah, he was in intensive care, actually, at TGH back in 2011. I remember going up to see him. We have those big, like, glass doors where it wasn't like a standard hospital room. It was like, the glass like boxes where you slide the door. And I went to visit him. Then his myasthenia gravis went into remission. And then we ended the MJ Morning Show, the first run, back in 2012. And then he went on to sell RVs at General RV, which he still does General RV in addition to the MJ Morning Show. And then he was at an RV show up in Michigan, one of these big national shows. And it came back, I think he said in 2019. And it was like a little touch. Went to an ER up there. They gave him some medication. And then it went away again. And then, boom, in the last week, Fester's myasthenia gravis is coming back. And we noticed yesterday, you saw his left eye was all like droopy dog. You saw that. Well, Fester, Froggy, you weren't here, but Rox, you saw that yesterday.
Yeah, it was. His left eye was starting to sag. And the more he talked, the worse it got.
Yeah.
Talking really wears him out.
Yeah. And
poor Festy.
This morning, here's the update. This is the breaking news update on Fester. I get a text message at 5:27 a.m. So this is about half an hour before showtime. I got a message from Fester. The text reads, "Leaving the house shortly. I'll be there for the beginning of the second break." So that's this segment. So the first, in radio, I don't know why we call them breaks, because when you think of a break, you think of, okay, let's take a break. We'll play some commercials.
Yeah,
break.
whenever I'm telling someone something that happened who's not in the business, I'm like,
Right.
yeah, during one of our breaks yesterday. And then they're like, what, were you in the coffee? Were you getting coffee?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so it's counterintuitive.
Yes.
So inside radio lingo, people in radio say, oh, man, that was a great break, meaning that was a great segment that we did, but it doesn't make sense to people that are not in radio. So Fester thought he would be here at the beginning of this segment, which we just started about 7 minutes ago, and he's not here. Well, that takes me to the second text, and this was just before showtime. This was 5 minutes before showtime. I get this text. I'm not coming in. I can't even walk upstairs. Going to ER now. Now, I call him right away, and he picks up the phone. I'm like, dude, are you okay? Do you need help? He said, I'm headed to the ER. I said, which ER are you going to? And he said, yeah, I'm going to go to TGH. I said, good idea. Level 1 trauma. I mean, I just think probably the best place for him to go right now.
I did look at TGH a couple days ago, and they have one of like the best departments for neuro. Whatever he's dealing with,
Yeah.
he's in the right place.
Neurology.
Thank you, neurology. Well, I was trying to categorize
Neurological ailments.
right neurological ailments,
Conditions. Well,
what he has.
so I said, hey, how you going to get there? Because Allison drives the kids to school. And he said, I'm going to take an Uber. So how many people Uber to the ER?
Probably a lot these days. I mean, if you're sick alone.
Yeah. I said to Fester, hey, could we call you? He said, not now. So in order for Fester to say not now, in order for Fester not to want to come on the air and yammer, that kind of tells me that he's not in good shape.
That's serious.
I wonder how many Uber drivers have had to take somebody to the emergency room.
What, like maybe missing a limb or something, bleeding all over the back? Is there a cleanup charge? I know they charge.
Reservoir Dogs.
That's true. Now I know that if you throw up in the back of an Uber or a Lyft, isn't there like a $250 cleanup charge or something?
Dude, if some guy had their arm ripped off and I'm an Uber, I'm not letting you in.
What's the charge if you're gushing blood and it's spurting all over the back of the Uber?
Let me lay down some plastic.
Anyway, Fester should be in the Uber right now or in the ER. I mean, that was over half an hour ago that he had sent me the last text message, and I called him. Listen, I'm just concerned. And he says that he will call us or we can call him later in the show to get an update. I just hope that he doesn't have a prolonged
Episode.
episode, good word, with this latest bout and this resurgence, this reoccurrence, this flare-up of his myasthenia gravis.
How long did the last one last?
It was a couple of months. It was like, I think it was like 3 or 4 months.
But when you
Now,
say, so it went on.
He was out for almost a month, and he was in the hospital for like 2 or 3 weeks, but he was out for almost a month back in 2011, and then again, it went into remission. And for whatever reason, it's coming back, and it's getting a little worse, and he's also on the medication. He had a crap load of pills from the last bout that he had in 2019.
That stuff's still good?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Really?
Dude,
Expired.
No, that whole medication expiring crap is crap.
I don't know.
No, I know. There was a story that I saw, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, and they did some research. They used over-the-counter medication and prescription pills. They tested stuff back from as far back as the 1970s, and the efficacy of the medication was still like almost 100%. They tested prescription pills from the 70s,
Oh my
and the
gosh.
medication still had all of the effective medicinal properties.
Don't take the brown acid.
Anyway, I'm very concerned about Fester. So we'll keep you fully up to speed, up to date on Fester's condition, but he's on the way or right now at Tampa General Hospital. Hey, if you happen to be Fester's Uber driver, listen, we get a lot of weird calls around here. A lot of people listening to this show.
Fester, tell the Uber to call up.
If you're Fester's Uber driver, if you're an Uber driver and you just drop somebody off at Tampa General, or if you're like listening right now and you're driving some large guy
Yeah, big man.
to Tampa General Hospital in an Uber or a Lyft, call us right now, 800-990-1047, 800-990-1047. That's 800-990-1047. I'm hoping Fester's okay. We will check with him later on. All right.
An Uber driver said he has dropped someone off at the hospital.
Are you
before
getting
the
a text
emergency
message?
room.
Oh.
Not from Fester's Uber driver,
Yeah.
but just that. Yeah, he said the drop off was pretty scary because the guy was obviously in trauma. He didn't tell me what
my
kind.
God.
But
Trauma.
some people can't afford to get an ambulance.
You call 911 and they take you.
It's expensive.
But then you get the bill.
Not if it's the city. I don't think the city doesn't bill you or the county doesn't bill you. Some of the private ambulance services do, but I don't think you get a bill from. Like Tampa Fire and Rescue. All right, 6:33. Let's do early morons in the news next. Good pile this morning on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey, welcome. have a conniption in there. Calm down. You're going to blow a gasket. I'm just asking where the MJ sweeper was. It just wasn't there. Calm down. All right. 6:42. It's the... I think he's going to snap in there. By the way, I think Andrew's really pissed that we worked yesterday. All right.
He should be.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't get... We need to talk about this at some point.
Oh, I agree fully. I'm just concerned. I think he's having a breakdown. All right, so 6:43, it's the MJ Morning Show on Q105. All right, early morons in the news in just a second. Hang on. First, though, people are saying that I'm wrong about the 911 charges.
Yes, we are getting quite a few text messages correcting you and saying, hey, my brother got a big ambulance bill. I got a big bill for my son going to the hospital in an ambulance.
Yeah, it's like 10 grand or something, isn't it?
Hang on a sec. What I'm saying is I've known people, either workplace or home, and 911 was called and the city responded. So, and I never heard about them getting a bill.
Okay, here's the thing. I've had 911 come to my house before. When my older daughter was an infant, she would throw up and pass out.
So you called 911 because she threw up?
No,
she would
passed
pass
out
out?
because she was a baby. She was 3
scary.
months old and she passed out.
Okay, all right. That's probably a good reason to call 911.
Yeah, my sitter called me. She's like, something's not right with her. And I came home.
That
and
might be a little concerning.
I
Okay,
called
all right.
911.
All right.
And they came out. And then by then she was okay. They checked her vitals and they're okay. And then they left and there was no bill. When they come to your house, this is what I have experienced. When they come to your house and they assess the situation, they take care of you there, and you take yourself to the hospital or whatever the case may be, there's no bill. But when they transport you in an ambulance, mostly what I've heard from people is you get the bill from, and they even sometimes will tell you can drive yourself or you can go in the ambulance, but it's going to cost you.
I've known people and I've never heard of them getting a bill. Oh, are we sure about that? Hold on. Let's go to phones on this. If you're even a firefighter or if you're an EMT, and I'm not talking about like one of the private ambulance services like American Medical Response or whatever, or like, was it Sunstar Ambulance
Sunstar.
I see driving around? I'm not talking about like a private ambulance company. I'm talking about like the county. So Hillsborough County, Pinellas County Fire and Rescue, City of St. Pete, City of Clearwater, City of Tampa. If you call 911, let's say you've got a power tool accident or you collapse, you fall off a ladder, and 911 responds to your house and they put you in the back of a city or county ambulance and then they take you to the hospital, you get a bill from the city? That's news to me. I didn't know that. All right, so if I'm wrong, then please call up 800-990-1047. I'm sorry, a slight delay in early morons in the news. Why? Because stuff happens around here. Stuff occurs. All right, 800-990-1047 is the number. 800-990-1047. You get a bill if the city comes to your house for a 911 call and then they take, what are your property taxes for?
Now I'm getting a message that says Sunstar charges, but like PPFD doesn't charge.
All right, hold on.
However, they don't transport
Hold
you.
on. All right, PPFD, what,
Pinellas Park Fire Department.
All right, so I thought it was that. So Pinellas Park, what is it like all over the road or are there different? All right, help us out here. And if you're just tuning in, we were having a conversation about Fester is on the way to the ER because his myasthenia gravis is flaring up and he can't walk and climb stairs. So he's taking an Uber to Tampa General.
And then I brought up the point that some people take Ubers because they can't afford ambulances.
And hang on. Fester usually does the call screener over here, so I got to bring up the call screener. Look at the lines. Let me grab Albert is in Temple Terrace. Hey, Albert, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, MJ. Good morning.
Morning, bud.
Yeah, Temple Terrace Fire Department.
Oh, hold on. You're with the Temple Terrace Fire Department?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
On my way to work now. So.
Awesome.
But like I was saying, if we come out and we assess you and everything and we don't transport, we will not charge you a bill. But if you do get transported, then there is a fee for that. And the fee is basically are for the procedures done, obviously the mileage for the transport, the fuel and stuff like that. So it's kind of all incorporated. I don't do the billing part of it, but some of the girls there, over the years we've learned how it works. So, yes, you do get a bill if you get transported.
All right. Is that the case with all municipalities, with all fire and rescue, or does it vary?
It may vary. There are some agencies that may, when they come out and do an assessment, may charge you a fee even if they don't transport you. I don't know of any that do that, but the majority of them, like I said, if we come out and assess you and we don't transport you to the hospital, there's not a bill.
Gotcha. So if they put you in the back of the ambulance and take you away, then you guys charge. All right. Hey, Albert, thanks for your service to the Temple Terrace community.
You're welcome.
Now, are you
Thanks,
a
Albert.
firefighter, EMT, or both?
Firefighter, paramedic.
Gotcha. Hey, Albert, thank you, pal.
Thank you, MJ. You guys have a great day.
You too. All right,
No,
listen, so I
no.
stand Yes.
Yes, like I basically told you verbatim during the break, during the real break when we were talking off air, what Albert just told you, but it wasn't
See?
good enough coming from me. You had to
See?
get Albert.
You need Al.
Okay.
Look,
What-
dare
Hold on.
call her Al.
Look at the lines here. Here's Paul in Sarasota. Hey, Paul, MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. Go ahead.
Yeah, the same as the last caller. We charge in the Sarasota area the same as the last caller did.
And are you a firefighter?
I am.
Awesome. Paul, thanks for calling in. Listen, so I'm a buffoon. I stand corrected.
You're
All right?
wrong.
All right,
Stupid.
Yeah, I'm not some ambulance expert. I just knew common sense.
All right,
Yes.
Barbara's in Crystal River. Hey, Barbara.
Hey,
Go ahead.
yeah, listen, my son was in an accident where he could have walked to the hospital, but because of the accident, he couldn't walk there. And he got a bill you couldn't even imagine.
What was
And
it?
that was in the city of Newport Richey.
What do you mean? How much was the bill?
I believe it was around a little over $1,000.
Wow.
Oh, I think it was more than that.
I thought it was going to be like $25,000.
No, but well, this was maybe 10 years ago.
Wow.
I actually believe
And,
that price.
he honestly could have walked to the hospital.
Is your son okay today? Did he recover?
He recovered, but boy, let me tell you, the hospital bill and everything, and then it was on a holiday weekend.
Was it his fault or was it somebody else's fault?
Not his fault.
Well, did you call Kemp Rouge and Green, your car accident team?
The person who hit him had no insurance.
Oh, geez. That sucks. But I'm glad he's okay. Thank you, Barbara. All right, quickly. Victor is in Tampa. Hey, Victor, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, buddy. Hey, I had gotten a wreck, and right there where exit 9 is on I-4, right before you get to 75.
Yep.
And from there, they transported me to Tampa General, and they transported me and my son, which he was 5 at the time, and they charged him $1,000 just to sit in the ambulance with me, and $1,000.
My God. Right.
And it was
Would have been cheaper to take a ride at Busch Gardens.
Well, I mean, I couldn't get out because they had to use the jaws of life just to get me
Oh
out.
man,
because the whole side was
but you
crushed in.
guys are both okay. You recovered, right?
Yeah, it took me almost a year to recover because I had cracked spine and then
jeez.
all my ribs were broken on one side, and he was fine. Nothing happened to him, but they still charged him.
All right, sounds like your phone's in an accident because it's cutting in and out. But Victor, I'm glad you're okay, and I want to thank you for listening, buddy.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, have a great day. All right, last call. All right, I stand corrected. All right, yeah, Roxanne's smiling. Oh, MJ was wrong. MJ was wrong.
I'm just kind of incredulous that you need to get all this validation when someone in the room is like, this is how it works.
All right, one more. 6:51 in the morning here. Angela, Tampa. Go ahead, Angela. I got a couple of seconds. Go.
Okay, my husband had an infusion at our house for a medical condition. He ended up passing out. They hit a nerve. We call 911. He's unresponsive.
Oh, man.
They take him 7 blocks. 7 blocks.
Yep.
We get a bill for $800. And I, like you, thought, the ambulance is covered. Come to find out, both the county and the city sub out that portion.
Yeah, it depends. Then if you're in a private ambulance, it's not the same as the city, but apparently the cities will charge as well. Angela, thank you. I appreciate the call. Well, all right, there we go. Like I always say, you never know what the hell's going to develop here on the MJ Morning Show. But Fester's taking an Uber to Tampa General Hospital this morning, which he's probably already in the ER right now. So if you're at Tampa General, do not call SeaWorld. That is not a beached whale at the ER.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
it's a manatee.
All right, we'll there you go. All right, we'll check in with Fester in a bit. All right, running late with early morons in the news. We'll get to that next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Don't move. I want to introduce... Roxanne. Fester is not here this morning. I'm sure Fester would rather be here. Fester is, I'm sure, inside the ER, the emergency room at Tampa General Hospital. He was taking an Uber there. And you know what? Let's do early morons in the news. Fester said he would contact us at his earliest convenience.
Yeah, they're probably doing intake now for him.
Yeah, probably checking his blood pressure and all that stuff. And then we can check in with Allison, Fester's wife. Fester, I guess, is having a severe flare-up of the myasthenia gravis and is having trouble walking. Allison has to take the kids to school, so Fester was going to grab an Uber to the hospital. All right, early morons in the news. We're running a little late on this, so it's not really as early as I'd like it to be. But I got a pretty diverse pile today. I might have to do a couple of chunks on this. This is awful. Can you imagine? You're getting your hair done in a hair salon when suddenly, oh my God! All right, so I've just given you a couple of clues here. You're getting your hair done in a hair salon when suddenly... Anybody want to take a stab at what's that all about?
Somebody ripped one?
All right, that's an explosion, dude.
Like a cartoon type effect, like... Oh, God.
What are you talking about?
That's my guess.
Well,
a fart.
That is a terrible guess. What?
Well-
What? You're 5 years old. Why do you always gravitate to that?
It's not a fart?
All right, will you stop saying fart?
Dude.
All right.
I don't know. That's my guess. Roxanne, could you do better?
Well, that plus someone lit a match, plus there's hairspray in the hair
Oh,
salon,
oh,
and a huge explosion.
Oh, hang on a minute.
That's what I was thinking.
Now you're barking up the right tree. Hairspray.
Yeah, flammable.
Listen to this. Tanaja Johnson, 14 years old, seriously hurt while getting her hair done at a Detroit hair salon. Why? The hairstylist running the salon out of a clothing store.
Wow, interesting.
The hairstylist placed a can of hairspray too close to a heater, and the can exploded in the 14-year-old girl's face, sending her to the hospital. My God.
You know, when I was a kid, one of my favorite things to do was get my mom's White Rain hairspray and light a match and spray it like
really?
a torch. I used to do it in my bedroom.
You used to like do
That's
Like an idiot. I can't believe I never set anything on fire.
like this, like
Yeah, it works.
like a blowtorch.
I was like, you remember those old Major League Baseball toys, the starting line guys? I would melt them. I remember melting Mark
Dude.
McGuire.
Was that before the steroid scandal?
Yes.
That was before the.
He was in an A's uniform and he melted right. And then I did Jose Canseco. I would melt a team at a time.
Were you going after?
Yeah, just the steroid
Yeah,
guys?
you're going.
Just the steroid
it was
era?
like, was it a premonition?
Then A-Rod. He
Well,
was next.
hold on a minute.
Oh my gosh, I was on to
So
something.
you were on. That's what I'm saying. You were on to something.
I also
Rafael
melted
Palmeiro?
Barry Bonds.
All of these were then implicated in performance-enhancing drug scandals.
Kids, don't play with White Rain hairspray and matches. It's very dangerous.
Oh, man, this is crazy. So the 14-year-old girl, last we saw, was taken to Children's Hospital in Detroit, suffering facial fractures, and she might have lost sight in one eye as the can of hairspray exploded because it was placed too close to a heater. The 14-year-old saw a young woman on Instagram named Styles by Mac showing off her work, so she booked the appointment. After seeing it on Instagram, the stylist alerts customers that she's unlicensed and that she says that it was her fault that she placed a container of highly flammable got-to-be glued blasting freeze spray. Is that a real product? This story is from Click on Detroit, I think it's Channel 4 Detroit. And she placed a container of highly flammable, got-to-be-glued blasting freeze spray near her curling iron heater.
I use got to be glue.
It is something salon owners in the area say a licensed stylist would not do, putting anything flammable near the curling iron heater. This is terrible.
I wouldn't think that. I wonder how long it would take for it to explode. Let's try it.
Well, this story's crazy. So Latina Johnson is the mother and also says the stylist was smoking marijuana when the daughter arrived at the...
What? Inside?
And the hair salon was in the back of a clothing store.
I'll take you guys now.
Oh, my God.
Go ahead, have a seat.
This story just gets worse and worse. Man, I just hope that the 14-year-old girl, I hope she recovers, but apparently she's lost. I hope the sight loss in one eye is not
my
permanent.
gosh, for sure.
But can you imagine like a hand grenade exploding, a metal can of hairspray blowing up like a grenade, throwing shrapnel everywhere?
That's got to be scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really good reminder, though, just to not keep those two items even anywhere near each other.
Hey, if you're a high school administrator or an employee, you might want to make sure you don't send out sexually explicit photos to the entire student body via the email list. Oh, my God. This it sounds like this could be a Florida story, but no, it's Maryland. Maryland enters the morons in the news race. An apology was issued on Friday. An employee accidentally sent sexually explicit photos to the entire student body. Principal Taryn Washington at Dr. Henry A. Wise Junior High School in Prince George's County, Maryland, that's up in the D.C. area, I believe, sent a letter to students' families informing them of the incident, stating the employee inadvertently sent an email to all students containing the photos. Yeah, the principal said that administrators immediately tried to retract the email, but the photos were seen by many people and shared with others. You know,
How does that happen?
But clearly you've got some employee that has a cache
Well, I understand
of
that.
porno photos.
I understand that part of it.
And somehow was maybe sending it to somebody, maybe sharing it with someone, but then
Maybe
ended up.
that was titled like a particular group.
Yeah.
Like maybe her.
I don't
all
know.
those- Ugh.
This is terrible. I mean, you hear about this, but the other question is sometimes you can recall email, like if it's within the same company on a company server. I know there are ways that you can recall email, but I know over the years that I've gotten email and then I'll see another email come in that says recall, and it doesn't work. I've got both emails.
I think that's faulty. Yeah.
So it doesn't work. It's not like you can send something to somebody via Google or Yahoo or and then say, "Oh my God, I didn't mean to send that. Holy crap. Recall." It doesn't work in most cases.
No.
Oh,
It's out
man.
there.
I'm asking that all students as responsible online citizens not share the photos by email, social media outlets, or other avenues, according to the principal, who then messaged all the students, please don't share this. And that's crazy. The letter says that school administrators are taking appropriate steps as far as discipline for the employee. No further details on the disciplinary actions, though. However, they're taking care of it. Yeah, the school and the school system have not identified the employee. The letter stated that a mental health clinician and professional school counselor were available to any student seeking support after seeing whatever explicit photos were sent out in this particular matter. Wow. Hey, you know the jack wagons that shine laser pointers at airplanes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've done stories on them.
We have.
I follow a whole YouTube channel on people who get busted for a laser pointing.
Of
at
course you do.
airplanes. Yes.
Dude, how many YouTube? No wonder why you get no work done. You're on YouTube. Every day you're telling us about some other YouTube channel you're following.
It's called Subscribe To, and they have a lot of great videos. These guys, man, you don't think they can see you.
There are now a dozen at least YouTube channels that you've brought up on this show. How do you have time to do anything else?
It's amazing. I have ADHD, and I make it work.
All right, so here's the deal. We've talked about these idiots that will shine a laser pointer like at a helicopter, a jetliner landing at an airport. Happens all the time. And that is a federal violation. I mean, you can get jail time or federal prison time. You can get a huge fine, and idiots continue to do this. What's the matter with you? Stop it. Well, listen to this one. Cockpit lit up on a commercial jet. Now, I typically don't do foreign stories, and this is close. This is Canada. This is up in Halifax, up in Nova Scotia, Canada. One of those holiday laser projectors that shine the lasers on your house, it toppled over and was aiming toward the sky and blinded pilots.
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
it wasn't deliberate.
Wow, I could see that happening more often.
Is this crazy? Yeah, because when I walk through the neighborhood around the holidays,
everywhere.
I've got like a dozen houses in my neighborhood with those chintzy-looking green and red lasers shining all over their house.
Wow.
So it fell over, and then it lit up a cockpit of a passenger jet that was landing at the Halifax Stanfield International Airport, according to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the Mounties, all out and about. Is that crazy?
Oh, my God.
Pilots reported that they were just lit up, and then it was determined and they have the approximate location, and then it was determined that it was a house laser holiday ornament that fell over and was shooting the lasers up into the airplanes. That's crazy. And you do this intentionally. I mean, there are serious fines and jail time here, which you could be subject to. All right, when we get back, we'll try to find the latest on Fester. Fester is in the ER. Fester is having a severe bout this morning of his myasthenia gravis, so he took an Uber to Tampa General Hospital's ER. All right, hold on. We'll try to make contact with Fester next, and we begin the long, loaded chunk on the MJ. Did you see the lady whose boobs won't stop growing?
What?
Did you see? Oh, you got to see. This is a crazy. All right, there's a lot of stuff next. I can't even go over the list of what we have in minutes next. And we start 1 hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ content next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Now, when it comes. MJ Morning Show on Q105, 724 with Roxanne and Froggy. There is no Fester this morning. Fester self-transported. Well, I guess, well, sort of. He took an Uber to Tampa General Hospital to the ER. So I guess if you self-transport, you drive yourself. But Fester didn't feel like he could drive himself. And his wife had to take the kids to school. I don't think it was urgent enough to take an ambulance or call 911, but Fester is having a pretty significant relapse of his myasthenia gravis, which nailed him back in 2011 during the MJ Morning Show. And if you're a regular, you might remember that he was off the show for about a month and actually had a pretty severe bout for quite some time, and then it went into remission. And myasthenia gravis is an autoimmune issue. You know, some of the symptoms are kind of similar to Bell's palsy, like his eyes are drooping now and his mouth, if he smiles, one side is all droopy.
Yeah, what's the difference? It seems like it is built the same thing.
No, it is different. Let me try Fester. Because I sent Fester a note a few minutes ago, and I said, "You okay?" And that was at 6:54. So 6:54, half an hour ago, I sent him a note. Are you okay? Please keep us updated. And then finally he responded, at TGH, finished triage, about to have blood drawn. All right, let me, listen, I don't know if we're going to get him. How's the cell reception inside? Because sometimes you can get a text out, but you can't get calls. You know, if you're in the middle of a building and just all kinds of, crap blocking the cell signal. Let me try. I don't know if it's a good morning to give out a cell number, Froggy.
813.
Leave a message, but the fastest response will always be
man, he might either.
Well, he's probably, if they're checking him, he might be in one of those rooms that doesn't get cell service. Or he might have turned it off so that he can get treated.
I think they make you take it off like an airplane.
Hang on, let me try it again. See if we. Oh, now it's ringing. All right, now it's ringing. You know me, the rule of twos. If you go right to voicemail, call right back.
Yeah, you, a stalker.
Yeah. Come on, Fester. You call me a stalker?
Yeah, if someone calls me more than one time, they're in a row.
They're stalkers?
Stalker category.
Stalker category. He's not picking up.
Feel free to leave a message, but the fastest response will always be through text. Thanks.
All right, well, hang on a minute. Let me text him that. If
that's the fastest response.
For a faster response, let me do voice to text. Fester. Don't cough.
I just cough.
Oh, it just says don't cough on the text. I got to turn. Like, stop.
Don't you hate that?
Hang on a minute. Hey, I got to erase don't cough because I'm doing voice.
Right,
stop
sorry,
it. I'm doing voice to text to Fester. Fester.
Don't you hate that when people...
All right, will you stop it? You're getting picked up here. All right, hold on. All right.
It is annoying, though, when people do that.
Fester, please call us right away. 800-990-1047.
Wiener. Did it go through?
Yes, it's Wiener's on there.
Yes.
Fester, please call us right away. 800-990-1047. Wiener. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
That's awesome.
What are you guys, 5? You guys were easily...
No, I'm just laughing because my kids do that same thing. They don't yell out wiener, but they yell out words that they want to get stuck on my chest.
All right, for those that didn't hear earlier, Fester at 5:27 this morning. We go on the air at 6 a.m. every morning, and Fester texted me at 5:27, leaving the house shortly. I'll be there for the beginning of the second break. So the second segment of the show is what that means, is he was planning on being here. But then a few minutes later, I get another text that says, I'm not coming in. I can't walk.
Gosh.
Can't walk upstairs also, going to ER now. And that's when I called him just before showtime at about 5:56. And he said he was going to take an Uber to Tampa General Hospital to the ER. So, folks, please have thoughts for Fester as he's going through a relapse of his myasthenia gravis. Also, I think we need thoughts and prayers for the Bucks. Oh, my God. That was a freaking mess last night. Holy. Yeah, this is my take on Monday Night Football for the Bucks. You ready? Here we go. Here comes the big crescendo. You ready? You like that? Dun, 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 dun. Bucks are done. And just like that, the season ends. 31-14 loss. That is the first Tom Brady loss to the Cowboys? I guess
Ever?
there's a
Yeah.
Ever?
first time ever. I guess there's a first time for everything. Yeah. Here's Tom Brady at the presser after the game.
Not the way we wanted to end it,
Oh, I guess so.
but we didn't deserve it. I give them a lot of credit. They played a good game, made a lot more plays than we did, and so tough night.
Understatement, tough night. The question now is, does Tom Brady retire from the NFL and take his purported $350 million Fox Sports NFL analyst gig, or does he come back to the Buccaneers? Is he going to go on to one of the rumored teams that's pursuing him, the Raiders in Vegas, the Titans, or the 49ers? Those are three teams where we're hearing, noise being made that they have an extreme interest in Tom Brady. Here's a little more from his dejected-sounding press conference.
They played pretty good. They played good defensively and put a lot of pressure on us, and we just couldn't make enough plays. So it was kind of typical of the way we played all year, just inefficient in the passing game and not very good in the run game. So, it's hard to beat good teams like that.
Now, there you have it.
What a loser.
First Tom Brady loss to the Cowboys.
Who do you think they're going to fire today? You think they're going to fire offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich?
I don't know.
Think he's out of there?
Probably Gene Deckerhoff. Don't fire me.
I'm fired. I call the games. I'm Gene Deckerhoff, and I'm fired.
I'm walking 30 yards to my car. 20, 10. I'm at my car because I'm fired.
All right, Fester's on the phone. Fester's calling in right now. Fester, you okay?
Gene Deckerhoff got fired?
No.
I lost my job.
No. Roxanne, hold on. Roxanne said, who are they going to fire after the Bucks' embarrassing loss and season-ending disaster last night? And then Froggy said, they're going to fire Gene Deckerhoff.
What did I do wrong? Been here since the Culver House.
Hey, Fester, are you okay?
Yeah, I mean,
you sent me a text. You could barely walk, and you couldn't even walk up the stairs here at the radio station.
Well, how's he going to get here? What if that continues? How's he going to get here with no elevator?
The elevator's been broken since August.
Yeah.
They have not fixed our elevator in the building here at the Koger Center since August. The elevator's been busted. I'm telling you, I know of at least 3 ADA lawsuits that are coming down against these people.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have a little office upstairs in my house, and my daughter left the light on in the office, and I was getting ready to leave for work. I'm like, I better go shut that light off.
By the way, I'm kidding. I don't know of at least 3 ADA lawsuits, but there was a guy. Remember, I told the story.
He was mad.
There was a prize winner that couldn't get upstairs because had mobility issues, and our elevator's been broken since August. Which I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm sorry, Fester. What were you saying?
I saw a guy there Friday.
Oh yeah, I think they're putting in one screw every week and a half.
Yeah.
I think
That's done for the week and a half.
Cross that off the list.
Pretty soon, Gene Deckerhoff is going to be working on our elevator.
I'll screw in 2 a week. I'll show you.
All right. So,
Fester, good news.
yeah.
Legit prayers for Fester is trending on our text line right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Prayers for Fester.
As opposed to legit prayers?
All right, Fester, so I get the text from you that you were coming in, you were just going to be late in the 6 o'clock hour, and then the subsequent text says you're not coming in, you can barely walk, you're not going to be able to walk up the stairs, and that you were taking yourself to Tampa General Hospital. I then called you. I said, are you driving? Maybe not a good idea. You said you were going to take an Uber. Did you take an Uber to the ER at Tampa General Hospital?
I did.
I did. I took an Uber. Had a nice driver. Good driver. Didn't say a word.
Did he have to mouth you at any point during the ride?
I mean, he may have wanted to.
Did you actually get dropped off in the ER lane?
Yeah, I told him, I said, go up the ER ramp.
Did he ask you if like something's wrong? I mean, what if you collapsed in the back of his car?
Oh, he didn't care. He just wanted me out of the car. I mean,
why did he want you out of the car?
Well, I mean, if you know a guy's going to the hospital, you just like, oh God, don't let him die in my car, right? Isn't that what you would be thinking if you were an Uber driver?
You don't want to catch anything either.
Yeah. Hey, Fester, so what's the status? You had triage done. They did blood pressure and temperature and all that. And have they drawn your blood yet?
They just put in the wrist IV, and I think blood draw is next.
Okay.
So I'm in the triage.
Yeah, you turned over your insurance card and all that stuff?
They haven't asked me for it yet.
Oh.
But I'm sure
just tell them you're indigent.
Okay.
Tell them you're a sovereign citizen.
Tell them you're hungry. When does the food come? All right. So, Fester, I mean, I saw you yesterday in the parking lot after the show, and I saw more indications of your myasthenia gravis in the parking lot after the show. We talked for a few minutes, and your eye was really drooping.
Yeah, so it comes and it goes with the medication. You take the medication is like you take it, you feel better, and then it deteriorates. So I took the medicine early, so by the time the show was over, it was at its end of its cycle. So I needed another dose of medication. But
all right, attention, Tampa General Administrators. Attention, Tampa. Hey, where's the bullhorn? You never gave it back to me.
I haven't been to the store in a week to buy batteries.
We need new C cells for the bullhorn.
Put Andrew on that.
That's the Antonio Brown Memorial Bullhorn. I need batteries.
Put your disease aside and get some batteries.
Leave the ER now and get me some batteries. Go to Target. Hurry up. All right. So, attention, Tampa General Hospital administrators. Please note that Fester from the MJ Morning Show is in your emergency room right now because he's having a pretty serious relapse of myasthenia gravis.
So I don't know what they can or I don't know what any medical facility can or can't do for me. So I'm here to explore that, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, because I do not have a primary care, coming to an emergency room would get me, referrals to a neurologist or whoever else I think I need or what they think I need.
Hey, if there are any doctors listening that are specialists in myasthenia gravis,
It's very few. It's like very
rare,
niche-y.
Yeah. So if there are any doctors or specialists that deal with myasthenia gravis, please call us 800-990-1047 or text us 800-990-1047 so we can get you hooked up with Fester. And if you have privileges at TGH, that's where Fester is right now.
Yeah, and if you send me a bill, I'll ignore it.
Stop it.
Oh, God.
You have health insurance. Hey, is your health insurance through the Beasley or is it through General RV?
No, it's through the Beasley,
Yeah, what do we have? Aetna? We have Aetna, right?
Yes, we have Aetna.
All right, Fester, do me a favor. Please keep us up to speed. Let us know what's going on. Did you watch the football game last night?
You know what? I wish I didn't. I wish I went to bed.
Maybe that's what brought on even more severe symptoms of the myasthenia gravis.
No, I was hopeful for like the first 6 minutes.
They opened up with a reasonable drive, and then from there it went to like hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, I just felt really bad for Gene Deckerhoff.
It's okay. I'll find myself some. Got an interview later at Barely Used Auto Parts.
I'm drinking myself silly. All right. So also celebrities at the game. What was Tom Cruise was at the game apparently last night.
John Daly.
Oh, yeah, John Daly was
looking like me in 20 years.
He looked like a mall Santa Claus. Did you see? He did. I think he came from the Clearwater Mall.
All these people are moved weird. Like Ric Flair moved to Tampa. It's weird.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan. Speaking of which, Hulk Hogan was at the game.
He's not a celebrity anymore.
Brother.
Yeah.
I swear it's real hair, brother.
So
I mean, and how about, the craziest thing is that Cowboys kicker missing 4 field goals. And I'm telling you, I Fester with Myasthenia Gravis, I think, could have done better with most of those kicks than the Dallas Cowboys kicker.
I legit thought the same thing. I'm watching him miss these extra points, and I'm like, I bet you I could make one of them.
Jeremy Renner would have made one with his bad leg.
Also, Brady had not had a red zone interception, and that was at the beginning of the second quarter, right? And then that should have been, we should have scored there. And it was that was Tom Brady's first, I think, red zone interception with the Bucs.
Yeah, with the Bucs, I think his last one was in 2019. It sucked. It just set a bad tone for the rest of the game.
It did.
And so now the Bucs are booking their Caribbean vacations.
You know what I just thought of, guys?
What?
They played so bad, they're more like the Buccaneers.
That's a good one.
Well,
I think I just made that up.
very
Yeah,
clever.
you did.
Yeah.
Did I make it up?
I don't think it's ever been said.
Because they suck, and
Hey.
and Buck rhymes with suck.
Yeah, just a really miserable end to the season. Oh, and what's the latest with Russell Gage and his injury? Do we know? Because they took him off the field, and on the heels of what happened to Damar Hamlin, obviously, he was moving. They didn't pull an ambulance onto the field.
Hold on.
Yeah, what's going on?
Hold on. Russell Gage is in the room right next to me. Hold on. Hey, Russell, how are you?
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Oh, Fester, I fell for it.
Fester, I knew he was. He's not a TGA. Hey, well, maybe he was last night. Andrew, what is the latest on Russell Gage from the Bucs?
Last I saw was that he was being checked for a concussion.
All right, Fester, please let us know what's going on. Are they going to admit you? Are you going to leave? Let us know what's going on.
Hey, Russ, MJ's on the phone.
Do you listen to MJ Morning Show, Russ? No, he does have a concussion, by the way.
He's not in the ER. Hey, Fester, get out of there and go get my C-cell batteries for the megaphone, okay?
Russell Gage has an exclusive radio contract with the Chad and Christy Morning Show. Come on with
he can't talk with us. Okay.
Just take the batteries out of that beeping machine.
All right. Fester, let us know what's going on, and we hope you feel better, okay, pal?
Yeah.
I'll let you know. Thanks, guys.
Hold on. What are you waiting for right now?
I just got the wrist IV put in, and the phlebotomist is coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're actually okay. Good.
And it sounds like you got taken in pretty quickly. Was the ER busy, or was it not too busy?
No, it was not busy at all. One homeless guy, and he. No, I'm kidding.
All right.
No, it wasn't busy. As soon as I walked in, they screened me for. They gave me a verbal screening for COVID. Checked me right in, and I met with the triage people. So I've been here for about an hour, and things are moving pretty quickly.
All right, I'll talk to you in a bit. Let us know. Just call us or text me, call my phone whenever, so we can keep up with you during the course of the show, okay?
Fantastic.
All right, buddy. Hope you're okay.
Yeah, get better.
All right, Fester live from the emergency room at Tampa General Hospital this morning with a pretty heavy-duty flare-up of his myasthenia gravis. Oh, Brady on the red zone interception.
I was trying to throw it to Chris, and the other guys were blocking, and just trying to throw it out, and didn't obviously get enough on it. That certainly didn't help our cause.
No, it did not. And asked what's next.
I'm going to go home and get a good night's sleep as good as I can tonight. And no, I'm not, this has been a lot of focus on, this game. So, yeah, let's just be one day at a time.
Does he even mention his family? Oh, yeah, he doesn't.
No, listen, he obviously got divorced from Giselle.
He'll go home and sleep alone.
But the kids, I don't know where the kids are right now, but is he dating anyone? Is he?
That IG girl.
No, they're not dating. that girl is pathetic. That the Instagram girl that's like trying to get Tom Brady's attention. That's
so if you were Tom Brady, you wouldn't appreciate that.
It's pretty pathetic that the girl that's trying to get Tom Brady's attention. And what's even more pathetic is the New York Post gives her like ink every week. This is the girl trying to get Tom Brady's attention. Instagram model, blah, blah, blah. Influencer, blah, blah, blah. Give me a break. That's the absolute worst. Anyway, well, maybe not as bad as the game last night, but still pretty bad. Hey, did you hear Joe Biden, the president of the United States, try to sing happy birthday yesterday?
What do you mean try? It's everybody knows the words.
Oh, my God. This is crazy. You got to hear this. First of all, Yesterday, obviously, was the federal observation day of Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. Now, Dr. King's actual birthday, Sunday, January 15th, he would have been 94 years old if he were not assassinated. But yesterday, the federal observation day, and Joe Biden, the president of the United States, was at an event in Washington, D.C. at the Mayflower Hotel. And it was Al Sharpton's organization, and I guess they throw a yearly annual MLK breakfast. And President Biden was speaking. Listen to when he grabs the mic.
Rev, make sure this is on. Is this on? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, no ho. Okay.
He said, no ho.
Is that Brady?
No ho.
He said, no ho. What? Oh, my God.
I mean,
Well, apparently it's nothing that Hunter Biden doesn't.
Hunter's like, ho.
Hunter knows about the hose, apparently. But so Al Sharpton hands President Biden the mic.
Rev, make sure this is on. Is this on?
Did you enhance that? Yeah. Froggy, don't.
Well, he goes. I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah, but don't.
We're on a mic.
Don't add even more to
All
it.
right, sorry.
Yeah, don't.
Rev, make sure this is on. Is this on? Hello, hello, hello.
Is this on?
Hello, no ho. Okay.
All right.
What was that?
I don't know. Ho, okay. I don't know what that means. All right. Then he sings happy birthday because Martin Luther King III, the son of Dr. King, his wife was celebrating a birthday yesterday. So President Biden sings happy birthday. Listen to this.
Congratulations today, the honorees, including your wife, who I understand is birthday today. Well, look, my wife has a rule in her family.
All right, listen to this.
When somebody's birthday, sing happy birthday. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
All right, listen.
Happy birthday, dear Valen. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to him. What is he doing?
When you don't know the name.
He goes, blah, blah.
Happy birthday, dear Valamanda.
So the wife of Martin Luther King III, the son, the wife's name is Andrea Waters King. And Biden didn't know it, so he goes, happy birthday, dear. Blah, blah, blah.
At what point did you realize, damn it, I'm going to have to say her name?
Happy birthday, dear Valen.
Valen.
Valen. Valen.
It's Andrea. Happy birthday.
He was hoping for a
Happy
Valerie.
birthday, dear Valen.
Oh my God.
Valen.
It's amazing.
Valen. Valen. Valen.
What? Know the name of the woman's birthday that you're honoring.
Valen Elizabeth.
I wonder if he does that, like when he meets people and shakes their hand and doesn't know their name. Like, hey, great to see you again.
Hello, Mark.
Is that not crazy? All right. How do I do this? How do I... Now, Roxanne, I had a conversation with you off the air about this.
Yeah.
I don't want to piss off my wife.
Well, then maybe we just stop talking.
No way, man. Piss her off. What happened?
All right. I think my wife is the most beautiful woman in the world.
Have you seen Margot Robbie lately?
But I saw a picture in a story of a woman that might be nipping on Michelle's heels.
You don't have to put it that way.
Not much blows me away or kind of bowls me over. And listen, I've seen a lot. I've been exposed to a whole lot in my career. We all have. I mean, there are a lot of good-looking people out there. But I saw a story about a Miss Universe judge by the name of Emily Austin. And I've never seen her before. The first time I've ever seen a picture of her was about this apparent judge. And isn't there a Miss Universe? There's a controversy over Miss Universe as well. But that's not what I'm getting into here. So I stumble across this story about this Miss Universe judge, Emily Austin. I'm like, oh, my God. I mean, she is unbelievably attractive. What do you?
This is what you're going to talk to your wife about? What
Well,
are you nuts?
no. I wanted to talk about it on the show, but I don't.
Who cares?
But I don't want it to anger Michelle. That I'm like,
why would she be angry?
I'm zoning in on this, and I feel a little creepy because she's only 21 years old.
Oh, what a creep!
But wait a minute. But I had no idea. She looks like she's like in her late 20s, doesn't she? Roxanne, am I boring you? Are you going to sneeze or are you yawning? Oh, my God.
Sorry.
Holy
That's what I was trying to do over here.
What was it? You were doing the whole, I'm about to sneeze.
I was trying to hold it in.
You were doing the facial contortions.
Yeah, no.
If you say oranges a bunch of times in a row, you won't sneeze.
And then you didn't cover your mouth. I don't know what flew out.
Sorry, because I was trying to talk while you were...
I got a little spittle on me.
You messed my whole sneeze
I think you
thing
just
up.
sent stuff flying everywhere.
I probably did. Okay, it'll build your immune system. So...
Are you aware of this woman? We
talked about her.
I gave the link to Andrew. Andrew, do you have a link or some stories regarding this Emily Austin?
I will have a link to it on stories we talked about.
Also, the picture that I saw was from the New York Post. So you might want to put a link to the New York Post story. And the headline was, Miss Universe Judge Emily Austin, I left college over Super Bowl job. So she's a sports and entertainment host. And a little insight here. What do I think is very attractive? If anyone gives a flying crap. But listen, we talk about a lot of stuff on the show. And when I saw this woman in this story, I mean, her image, it kind of stopped me in my tracks. I'm like, wow, she's really, really attractive.
Aren't you really into like the ladies like their Adam's apple? You said before?
Stop it.
Their neck area.
No, but the point is anybody interested? And this is really the angle I'm trying to take here.
Yeah, what is the angle?
Is anybody really interested in what I, MJ, think is really attractive and what stopped me dead in my tracks when I saw the story online a couple of days ago? That's what I'm bringing up here. What actually caused me to like freeze up for a moment and say, whoa, she is really, really attractive.
Making those cartoon eyeballs bug out.
But this is the first time I think that I've done it to this extent in a very, very long time.
Ew, what'd you do?
So that's why I'm bringing it up, and I think that it's interesting to see what got me saying, whoa, she is really, really attractive. And I don't want to piss off my wife because Michelle is the most attractive thing to me on the planet.
Well, I think a nice way to do this without pissing your wife off is just to say her features are nice. She has like,
she's pretty.
Wide
All
eye.
right, don't.
Can I see who it is? I won't say it.
Yeah. No,
we said it.
No,
he
we
said it.
We already said her. Her name is Emily Austin. Andrew,
Austin.
do you have the images up on our site? Are they
Yes.
up? Okay.
Let's
so
see.
If people go to mjmorningshow.com right now, at the very top, just click on stories mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. And Andrew, what is the headline? Is the headline like, this is the woman that MJ thinks is attractive? What would you put?
That's pretty close to it. It's the first one on the list. It says MJ finds her to be beautiful, but doesn't want to anger his wife by talking about her.
Very nice.
Pretty accurate.
So I'm doing a whole segment here at 7:53 in the morning. All right, Froggy, you there yet?
No.
Or I have the printout. You can take a look at the image here.
Oh, I was looking at the new upload on the Sovereign Citizen page. I found.
Stop it.
No, let me see. Let me see.
All right, here. This is
All
this.
right.
That is Emily, whatever her face is. Well,
Are you sure that's not a man?
we stop it.
Hang on. Is there a
No, but she does.
dude?
You know what?
She's 21.
Yeah,
Well,
the more-
I didn't know
I
that.
didn't say- I didn't-
well,
that balloon.
I didn't know
That's
that
why
either.
I said that it's a little creepy. I didn't.
Yeah, no.
Hang on a minute.
How old are you?
I didn't know she was 21. And when I saw her picture, I thought, she's 29, 30 years old.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I thought. So I felt a little creepy when I found out she was 21, but she looks like she's 28, 29, 30, 31.
Siri, give me the
Yeah,
number
she
for
does.
Chris Hansen.
She does look older than 21. She definitely does.
Well,
Yeah,
but
she does.
She almost looks like, if you were going to create a robot, like she looks like a sex robot.
She is.
What do you mean she looks like a
Yes.
sex
What?
robot?
She looks like a sex
No,
robot.
she doesn't look like a sex robot.
She's a very attractive 21-year-old that I can't believe MJ is obsessed with.
I'm just saying that she's very attractive.
I mean, get Michelle on the line.
oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think the attractiveness thing is going to throw her off.
Okay. I'm going to listen.
Let me see what her feet
I'm gonna
look
do
like.
some side-by-side sex robot faces next to hers.
Oh, God.
And
What?
then you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about.
No, you think she looks like a sex
Yes,
robot?
the more I look at her.
One of those,
Yes, that's
one of
a
those
compliment.
realistic the sex dolls they sell
Very
for like
complimentary.
$12,000.
Yeah.
Oh my! Yeah, all right.
That's her. Okay, so MJ, I got to talk to you about something, but I really, really, really need you to have an open mind.
Oh boy, here we go.
No,
hold on. Are
you
you?
already sound like you have a close
Hold on.
mind.
Are you?
So,
Are you shifting gears on me right now?
do you want to talk more about? I'm
No,
actually saving
Did you take
is
the
what I'm
stick?
doing.
She took the stick.
I'm fine. She grabbed the stick.
You got it.
Roxanne just grabbed the wheel.
Yeah, I was because.
What is that song? Jesus Take the Wheel? Isn't that a song?
Jesus take the wheel, but his hands would go through the wheel because he's a ghost, right? So how can he drive?
Okay.
All right, go.
Is that
hold
a very?
on to
Is
that.
that, you're
Hold on to that.
a
It's funny
Catholic.
that-
Is that a very Catholic thing to say? Would the Pope approve of that, Froggy?
12 years Catholic,
All right.
altar boy for 8,
All right,
unmolested.
so here we go. Roxanne wants to do what now?
Open mind.
Okay.
Open your mind.
All right, so you're shifting gears now.
Yes, I'm shifting gears.
We're moving away from the model who you think is a sex doll.
How much more do you want
All right.
to talk about?
Oh, all right,
that?
all right, fine.
I'm helping you.
All right,
right?
You're getting me out of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Roxanne, you want me to have an open mind about what?
So you know how we've talked before about my daughter is very much into the Titanic. The song she sings, "My Heart Will Go On" all the time. She's seen the movie, at least parts of it that I don't fast forward through. And the part where the guy shoots himself. That's a really bad
How
part.
about the sex scene in the car where her hand hits the window?
Yes. So she's seen a lot of the Titanic. She loves it.
All right, Roxanne, your daughter is
5.
5.
I used to think that it was just like she loved the song.
All right,
and
for those that don't know, Roxanne's daughter is obsessed with the movie Titanic and facts.
Yeah, Titanic facts. Yes.
I mean, it's almost unnatural. It's bizarre.
Okay.
You should distract her with something more lighthearted, like the history of Ford's Theater or something like that. You go take her there at least.
Her most
Yeah,
prized
so I'm
possession.
obsessed with the Spanish flu from the 19.
The potato famine. Really.
All right, so your 5-year-old daughter
Yeah.
is obsessed with the
Just
Titanic.
So for example,
anything Titanic.
We got for Christmas. We got.
Did you get her a Titanic coloring book?
Titanic coloring book.
What kind of kid's coloring book is about a ship sinking
Well,
and
isn't it-
people drowning in freezing waters after hitting an iceberg?
She wants,
Where do you buy a coloring book about the Titanic?
You can find it all online.
For a 5-year-old kid. All right, go ahead.
She has the.
Oh, hold on. I'm opening up my mind. Go
Yes,
ahead.
please-
What color
please
do you
do.
color the dead frozen bodies? Would that be blue?
You have to buy a special Crayola box for
okay.
corpses. Okay, and then she
You
also
get the 64 color box and you got all the possibilities in there.
she has
Do they still make the box with the little sharpener in the side that never ever
Can you
that
stop cutting her
that
off?
never worked? I'm sorry. All right, go ahead. Open mind MJ
she
right
has
now.
her historical magazine. That's what she wants me to read to her about all the facts from the ship. Even at night when I'm like, hey, what do you want me to read? Like, James the Giant Peach, something fun. She's like, no, can you read that one Titanic story? It's not the movie. It's like the most boring, factual relay about how the ship was built. It's ridiculous. So
Does your daughter know how many rivets were used in the Titanic?
I think she does. Okay. So anyways, my friends know about this obsession. And one of my friends said to me, this is where I need you to open your mind.
All right, so my mind is open,
Yes.
but it could slam shut at any moment.
Okay. It could, but just try.
So
Try.
You're bringing in a friend now.
Yes. My friend said,
Which friend is this?
Dunice. She
It
said,
is no, you stop this. You don't have a friend named Dunice.
Okay, I have a friend named
And
Carrie.
I'm Dunice.
Carrie.
Carrie, okay.
Okay. So she said, Roxanne, do you think there's a possibility that she must have been like in a prior life? She must have been on that ship. And
Wait a minute. Your friend is
Yeah.
suggesting that
She's
your
reincarnated.
daughter. What is
Yeah.
your daughter's name? What's the 5-year-old's name?
Evelyn Jade.
Evelyn Jade. Your friend is suggesting that Evelyn Jade is
Yes.
a reincarnated victim of the Titanic?
Yes. And she is a bit of a tortured soul at times, if you've seen her have her temper tantrum meltdowns. And she is fascinated by the date. What is it, 1912? She's always like, April, 1912, whatever day it sunk. So my friend's like, do you think that she was maybe on that ship in a different life?
I believe in
By
that.
the way, it was tax day. It was April 15th.
I thought it was.
Yeah, it was
tax day.
April 15th of 1912
Yes.
that the Titanic sank.
So then so I was like, you know what? Another crazy thing that I have to add to this story, and again, open mind, whenever I take video of her, I mean, always, there, especially at night, there will be so many orbs floating around the picture and the
now-
video. And I've showed, I
You
don't
have
know if I've showed you the
you've
most
sh-
recent ones.
You've
but
shown me a few where there appears to be like floating little Horton Gives a Who balls floating around.
and they zip, and they come from
Okay,
like,
folks, in reality, I've seen some interesting things float by, but I don't know if it's just light flare or if it's like you got a very dusty house.
It's the soul of the crew.
Well, that's what I'm thinking because it's getting more frequent. It's like first there were 3 that zipped around all the time. Now it's like there's
So you're saying
ping, ping.
when
Yes.
you take video of your daughter that you're seeing an increased amount of orbs,
Yes.
then your friend suggests that maybe she was reincarnated from somebody that perished on the Titanic
Yes.
in 1912?
Exactly. And I also
Were they in the steerage section or were they in first
that's a
class?
well, it's funny you say that because when we go through the book, she'll point to. She's like, "There's first class." She points out all the different.
Oh my
and
God,
is
at
kind of
5 years
obsessed
old?
with the layout of the boat and whatnot. And
That's
so
weird.
It is weird.
That stuff happens because I saw a story of a kid who was real young, like in his first word, like he thought he knew all the stuff about gangsters and the history of gangsters. And his first words were like, "Hey, look here, Toots, give me some milk," or something like that.
You're making
like he talked like no, I'm serious.
Really?
He talked like a gangster.
All right,
and
hang
he
on.
knew all about like.
Hold on one second. I can give out the Trip a Day song. All right. So today's Trip a Day song to win a Busch Gardens Tampa staycation, including a 2-night hotel stay. It's Here I Go Again, White Snake. It'll play in the 3 o'clock hour. When you hear it, be the 7th caller to win the Q105 Trip a Day. So good luck from Q105. And I'm sorry, Froggy. So now you have a friend that
No, I
is
saw
a
a story.
reincarnated. Oh, you saw a story. Okay.
He's like a Lucky Luciano era gangster.
Right.
He's like, "Hey, you guys want to go to the park, see?" And he just like and he knew all about weird gangster histories. He's like, "Yeah, I remember that day, St. Valentine's Day Massacre, see?" He's like a little kid.
All right, so Roxanne, you've got orbs. I mean, do you need to go see like as Froggy would call it, what do you call a clairvoyant?
Clairvoyant?
A clamvoyant. Froggy thinks it's a clamvoyant.
Well, I know it's not now, but I'm sticking with it because I don't like it.
It's a clamvoyant. Froggy thought it was clamvoyant. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I don't know that I'll go that far, but it's funny. I'm getting so many different responses from the text from I totally believe it, Roxanne, to you need new friends.
All right, should we go to phones on this?
You need new
All
friends.
right, I'll tell you, let's go to phones on this.
She's reincarnated.
If you would like to react to Roxanne thinking that her daughter could be
Questioning, wondering.
reincarnated from a Titanic victim from 1912, and then the orbs that are floating around in videos that Roxanne takes of her 5-year-old daughter, Evelyn Jade. I mean, even the name Evelyn, it sounds like she's like from 1906.
Yeah.
Evelyn.
It's her grandmother, her late grandmother.
What, Mildred and Gertrude were not available for you to use? What? Were those already taken in the family?
Yes.
All right, hey, let's go to phones on this. Folks, if you'd like to weigh in, let's go. 800-990-1047. Do you think that it is possible? What are your thoughts after hearing these items about Titanic reincarnation?
I believe in
and
that stuff.
and then orbs. All right, 800-990-1047. If you want to check in on this, we'd love to hear your take. 800-990-1047. All right, let's grab Catherine in Tampa. Hey, Catherine, welcome to the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning.
Morning.
So I remember in the 80s when I still have the vision in my head when they like pulled part of the ship out of the ocean when they found it. In 2019, we went to New York, and one of the things that I really wanted to find was the different places around New York that had to do with the Titanic. And there were buildings that I saw, and I was like, that building is amazing, and just had a weird draw to it. And then that night when we got back to the hotel, I researched it. One was a tiny little church, and I found out later that the women passengers from steerage, that's the church that they were taken to when the ship docked.
Oh, so you're
I was
fascinated
reading-
too.
Oh, you're talking about the people that were.
I have like such a weird, like emotional connection that my friends
Wow.
are like, you need to go see a psychic. So I'm actually, as soon as I can.
A psychic or a psychiatrist? What did they say?
No, they said a psychic. I was reading an article a few months ago to my husband about these philanthropists that they built this park on the water in New York, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then I kept reading and I started crying, and my husband's like, what's wrong? And I said, it's built where the ship was supposed to come in.
Ooh, that gave me goosebumps. That's
Wow.
crazy.
Now, do you have any thoughts on the unsinkable Molly Brown?
I don't know. There's like so many different stories.
What about the band allegedly playing when the ship was going down? Is that real or was that just in the movie?
I think
No, they've had there were multiple people that said that.
Wow. All right. Hey, Catherine, keep in touch with us. Thank you so much.
I will. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Catherine.
Pam is in Look at the phones, every line. Pam is in Valrico. Hey, Pam, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning. Please just hand me off to Roxy. Listen, Roxanne, I totally believe it, and I can tell you that when something like this does occur, it usually is with a child because they're so new that they feel these feelings, and for your daughter to be that. And I've been thinking this every time you talk about her in the Titanic. I've been thinking about this for like months now. Orbs in the picture definitely are supposedly souls. And I would take this definitely, I would take it to heart. I believe completely in this. I've read stories where there was a little boy who was absolutely.
Hey, can you hold on 1
terrorized.
second? It's time for Celine Dion. Okay, we're back.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Pam, I'm sorry.
All right, I'm sorry.
Really I'm seriously trying to talk to Roxanne.
Oh,
This is a serious conversation.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I read a story one time about a little boy, and at a very young age, absolutely deathly afraid of fireworks. Okay, now some kids are, but not like this kid. Like you had to.
Are you going to tell me that he was at a fireworks explosion as an adult back in the 50s in China? And
Listen,
he was on the
I am
Hindenburg, see?
serious, so shut up. Listen, please. You got to tell Roxy this. She'll know that the world is not crazy, especially you guys. Listen. So what happened is they went back during and started looking into Civil War things, and apparently he died. This man died in the Civil War. This kid knew everything about this man at 3 years old. Everything about this man, where the battle was. That's why he was so scared of all of the gunshots and the fireworks. No, I've read a lot of things about this. Plus, my sister lives in a very serious haunted house in Alturas. That's a whole other story.
where's the haunted house?
My sister lives in Alturas, and
Right.
I can actually call you back on another day and give you
Wow.
the information.
All
about
right,
that.
hey, Pam.
There's a guy who lived there who killed his next door neighbor. He put thallium in their Coca-Cola.
We know that story. We've heard that.
Right now I can't remember the name of the guy.
No, that's a famous story. Hey, thanks for the call.
My sister lives in the house.
All right, Pam.
Anyway,
All right.
Roxy, go with it. Go with it. It's true. Bye.
Thanks, Pam.
Have a good day.
Man.
Wow, she told me to shut up. All right.
Yeah, Roxy.
Look at the phone. Why did you just hand me your phone? What's this
'Cause
image?
I just told you to hit play on that. Is it still the video?
No,
Roxanne,
it's locked. So
can I ask you a question?
Is this another video with the orb? Yeah. All right, open the phone back up. Yeah, Froggy, what's your question?
How did this thing with the Titanic start with her? Like,
and if you're on hold, hang on. I'm going right back to phones because the phones are on fire here. But that's a good question.
I'm just wondering how this all started.
What was the beginning
What was
of
the
your
catalyst?
daughter's obsession with Titanic?
You know-
What age and what happened?
You know, I think it was her babysitter told her about it. So actually, it's funny you say that because Titanic has been such a part of our life for at least the last year that I can't even remember how it started. But I'm going to have to talk to her sitter because I think she brought it up to her somehow.
No, you're right.
Wow.
Your kids, this is crazy.
It's crazy,
Your
right?
kids are playing on a bed in the room.
And that's her bedroom.
So this is Evelyn Jade, your 5-year-old
Yes.
Titanic-obsessed daughter's bedroom, and there are like 3 orbs that are flying around on the video.
It's not like a.
Can I show this to MJTV?
Yeah, I don't know that.
Is that the
would
slow
get
motion
picked
video?
up.
I don't know if
No,
you can
that's
see
not
it.
the slow motion. That was at a dinner.
Dude, she put up
She
a
brought him
slow
to Meat
motion.
Market.
I don't know
That was
if
at
you,
Meat Market.
I'm holding the video up to MJTV on Roxanne's cell phone, and there are multiple times when, there are like light orbs that go across the room. I'm like, all right, this is kind of weird.
The weird thing is, I can when I'm videoing her, I can see it when it happens. I'll just be videoing and I'll see them start popping.
That's pretty. All right, let's go back to
The
phones.
orbs are like, oh my God, I think that's Rose.
Michelle is in Riverview. Michelle, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning, guys. I just wanted to know, Roxanne, have you ever thought to take your daughter to the Titanic Museum in Orlando?
You know, I'm glad she's brought that up to me, so it's on the list.
Do they have a
Yes.
permanent museum in Orlando?
I've heard of it.
Because
Is it
I
permanent? Yeah.
saw the Titanic exhibit when it was like up in Manhattan like 10 years ago or something.
Yeah, that's a
It was
great
longer
idea.
than that, MJ. It was about 20 years ago, and it was in Tampa.
No, I saw it in New York. I didn't see it here. I saw it in.
Okay,
yeah,
the traveling one like I saw in Tampa.
I saw one in New York City. So.
But yeah, this is a permanent one in Orlando,
All right.
and it is amazing.
Okay, I'm going to have to take her
Wow.
to that.
Michelle,
Thank you.
very much. Shannon is in Largo. Shannon, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning.
Morning.
I was just calling to say the same thing the previous caller did. There's an actual Titanic exhibit in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, with the real-life sized staircase that Jack and Rose stood on in the movie.
Oh, like with the cherubs on the newel posts?
Yes, they made it real life-size
Wow.
to the size of the ship. I don't know if everything else was life-size
Wow.
to the size of the ship, but they had the rooms, the staterooms, they had first class.
Have you taken them on a cruise yet?
No, I have not.
Oh, man, that's like your next deal. Take them on a Carnival cruise out of Tampa.
Yeah,
And tell them it's the Titanic.
They get pretty. She gets success. She's seen big cruise ships before.
Wow. I can't believe you haven't done that. Hey, Shannon, thanks for the call. Nick is calling in from Arkansas. Hey, Nick.
Hey, MJ. I actually have called in before. I'm originally from St. Louis, so
Oh, very good.
yeah. I'm actually calling. I grew up just obsessed with the Titanic, and just want to know if you've ever heard of the theory that it's actually not the Titanic that sank. It's actually the Olympic that sank. The Titanic only had 14 windows on one side,
Yeah,
and the boat
no.
that sank had 16, just like the Olympic.
I saw that
Which they were
documentary
twin
too.
ships.
That's not real. I saw the same documentary, sir. It's
You
a
don't
hoax.
think so?
No.
Yep. And
But,
then
You're an
but
imbecile.
thank
also,
you for bringing the
but-
conspiracy theory to us.
But
Nick.
also in the same documentary, there was a child sex ring in the basement of the pizza shop
Yes. Well,
in
you
D.C.
know
that
what?
Hillary Clinton was involved with.
It's, you know what? And every other famous person you could think of.
All right, Alex Jones. Thanks for the call.
Hey, Nick, thanks for the call.
Keep you young. They got to keep you young with that kid's blood, you know.
All right. Nick. All right, Nick, thanks for the call.
Thanks for listening.
All right, I got to move on. 2 more calls. The phones are ringing off the hook here on Roxanne's Titanic-obsessed kid and possible reincarnation from a Titanic victim from 1912.
Let's not say victim.
All right.
Maybe she survived.
I'm going to grab 2 more calls, and that's it. Michael in Land O'Lakes wants to talk about the orbs in your videos. Hey, Michael.
Hey, MJ. So my topic is not so much the Titanic, but the orbs themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Interested in that.
Roxanne, listen, legitimately, Roxanne has shown me over the last year or so multiple videos where there are light orbs that are floating through her videos, which maybe it's like maybe you have a defective phone. Maybe you got to take it to the Genius. You got to go to the Genius bar at the mall and tell them I got orbs floating around. All right, I'm sorry, Michael. Go ahead.
So in the spiritual world, what they think the orbs are actual spirits that you can actually capture when you take pictures or video.
What, like in a jar of Jif?
Yeah.
Dude, it's like snowing in this video. What is
But
this?
if, when Roxanne Childs gets older, she could probably start getting more clairvoyant, more empathic. type of abilities she could possibly be a spirit child.
Wow, she could be like the lady in Poltergeist.
Could she wear a fruit on her head like Miss Cleo?
Come to the light, Carolyn. Come to the light. Oh, you ought to show your daughter Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Let's show her Poltergeist tonight and give us a full report tomorrow.
They're back.
Hey, Michael, thanks for the call. All right, last call, another Land O'Lakes call. Gina, last one on this. Hi, Gina. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, good morning.
Hey.
So I'm calling about the past life because my son spoke about his past life from the minute he could talk.
Hold on. Hold on. You're talking about what?
My son was able to talk about his past life since the minute.
I thought you said gaslight, but you're past
See,
life.
that's like the kid I saw,
Yes.
the gangster.
All right, so
And he would tell me that he drowned. He used to say, I want my real mommy and daddy. I want to go home. And it was from the time he could talk, probably like almost 2 until about 4 when I saw a psychic. And the psychic, I did not say anything to her. She came up and said, did your son talk about his past life? She told me all about his past life and validated everything he had said. And
you didn't give the psychic any hints. You did, because a lot of times psychics they prey on people and they extract information that you don't even know you're giving them, and then it seems like they're psychic.
this was before social media. This was before any of that. Nope, nothing at all. And then I didn't even tell my son that I spoke to her. And from that day forward, he never spoke about his past life again. It was like I needed to know about it.
What was he on, the USS Indianapolis? What the hell?
No, he drowned supposedly in a pool. I mean,
Jeez, man.
with his old family, and
Sorry
he was
about
very
that.
young.
I mean, not that it happened, but I'm
So-
sorry to hear that.
This is crazy stuff. Anyway,
She assured me he's going to live a long life this time. And then I just heard a story on TikTok yesterday that a kid from 9/11 that died in 9/11 still dwells on it, that they had to change his name because he refused to be called his name that his parents gave him, and they gave him the name of the person who died in the tower.
Oh my God.
all right, first of all, you got to get off TikTok because TikTok is a Chinese spy operation, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Gina.
Hey, latest, didn't University of Florida recommend or say
They
that
did.
their students should get off TikTok?
And UT also.
So University of Tampa now and University of Florida, I saw that Auburn University in Alabama, they have now banned TikTok.
Yeah, I saw that.
You've got multiple states now. You've got the federal government in the bill they passed just before Christmas. Wasn't there included a ban that no TikTok on federal computers and phones? You have a whole host of states now. It's growing. I think Kentucky did it yesterday, but there's a whole host of states now that are saying no TikTok on state devices.
But a lot of the students are still like, okay, whatever.
Because TikTok is a Chinese spy operation. They can track movements, but even more powerfully is the use of the artificial intelligence and directing you towards certain content and taking people down rabbit holes. You know, the power of suggestion and being able to potentially mentally toy with folks. I'm telling you, the Chinese communist intel folks, they are doing this. Why do you think? I mean, I'm not like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over here.
Starving.
I mean, you got the federal government now under Biden saying no TikTok on federal phones. And all these states, universities, UT, University of Florida, get TikTok off your devices. That's what they're telling students.
What's next? They're going to ban clocks for the sound they make? Huh?
What the hell are you saying?
What sound does a clock make?
TikTok.
Get it?
Banned.
I do.
Banned. They're going to ban 60 Minutes, too.
Oh, nice one. Nice one.
I'm Ed Bradley.
I'm canceled. I'm Mo Rocca. I'm a douche. I hate that.
He hasn't been on 60 Minutes for like.
He's on the Sunday morning show and he sounds like an ass.
Oh, he is.
Here's my story.
That's enough, Froggy. Stop. All right, we have got to talk about a couple of boob jokes here. All right. First of all, the lady with the, well, it's a man who identifies as a woman now. We have an update on that massive, ridiculous prosthetic device. Do you remember up in Canada?
Yeah, we covered that story 2 times.
Oh, my God. Well, there's
the development of it.
There's an update. Now, Andrew, did you get some of the old links up on mjmorningshow.com?
I haven't gotten the one about the Canadian woman, man, whatever.
Oh, can you get that up now? Because we're going to talk about it right now. All right, thanks. We talked about this several times last year, I think in the fall. A trans teacher went to school, a shop teacher, a high school shop teacher up in Canada, in Ontario, Oakville, Ontario, shows up to school in the most ridiculous prosthetic boobs you've ever seen. When I say that they're the size of 5-year-old kids, I'm not kidding. And I'm talking about 2 5-year-old kids on each side, lefty and righty. And remember, we found the prosthetic boobs on eBay for like $900.
They're and the fake nipples are just
they
giant.
are ridiculous, and the nipples are like the size of Campbell soup cans. I mean, I'm not kidding around. It is ridiculous. It was a distraction. There were pictures of her walking on campus at the high school.
Too much.
In shop class, like operating a belt sander, and then I mean, these boobs are the size of like kindergartners. I'm telling you,
sand down those nips a little bit,
and they are ridiculous. And then students were threatened with like expulsion or suspension if they took pictures of the trans teacher. How the hell did they allow this teacher to make a mockery and turn the school into a joke, into a spectacle with this type of prosthetic, which is, folks, imagine the most ridiculous cartoon boobs and then multiply that by 100. And if you haven't seen this yet, we'll have it up shortly. You can see the images. We'll have this up shortly on mjmorningshow.com in stories we mentioned, or links we mentioned, stories we mentioned, mjmorningshow.com. The update on this, the reason why I'm bringing this up here in January of 2023, is that the teacher with the Z-cup prosthetic breasts could be forced to stop wearing them to school after the school board in Ontario, Canada, adopted a new dress code. So students were told that you'll be suspended if you take the pictures of this bizarre situation. Now, though, they're trying to figure out, and listen, the Canadians, from a social standpoint, sometimes you just got to get stuff done and stop being all mamby-pamby about it. So they're looking for a way to, like, stop this bizarre behavior. So it looks like the way they're going to try to tackle this is adopting a new dress code.
What? No gigantic fake boobs?
And then the trans teacher wears the tightest, clingiest tops. And like, imagine saran wrap being wrapped on. I mean, the tightest shirts is what the teacher wears.
Yeah, you're right. Saran wrap, tighter than spandex.
Absolutely.
I think it looks good.
Stop it. Anyway, we'll have the images up, but the update is now they're trying to get her to stop wearing the fake prosthetic boobs that are ridiculous, and now they're trying to suggest we have a new dress code policy effective January 3rd. So we'll have to follow this story. I'm sure we'll have an update soon to see how the teacher's handling this.
Man.
But talk about a distraction.
How could you learn anything in her class?
It is a sideshow. It's almost like the teacher is making a mockery out of the process.
What do you mean almost? Like exactly
what it is. The teacher is making a mockery out of the process is what they're doing.
You don't want your kids to learn if you come to school like that.
It's disrespectful to the people who really want to transition.
Andrew, did you get the image of the salt and pepper shakers that I took? Is that up on the website? All right, can you put that up real quick?
Yeah, what is this?
All right.
Is this our new business?
Nope, I have gifts for you. So, Sam from Vigo Foods, you've heard of Vigo. You've seen
Vigo Foods?
Yeah.
V-I-G-O.
Parmesan and stuff.
Oh, they do all kinds of imported food items, and they're based in Tampa.
They do the Parmesan.
So, Vigo, V-I-G-O, I for years I've purchased their the giant calamari in the can. I love that stuff.
Yum.
And I also am a regular purchaser of the Vigo salt and pepper shakers, and that is a team up with Alessi. And
yes, the
folks,
green cap.
Exactly. They're all over the place. So you go to restaurants, around the country. I'm in restaurants not even near Florida, and on the table in the restaurants are the green-capped Alessi Vigo crank salt and pepper shakers. They're all over the place, and especially in the Tampa Bay area. You go to restaurants, you see them all the time. They have them in the supermarkets as well. So look at this. So Sam from Vigo Foods here in Tampa, he stopped by my house because he kind of lives in the hood.
Is his name Sam Vigo?
No, but Sam, he drops off a bunch of these. They did some custom MJ Morning Show Vigo Alessi salt and pepper shakers here, dispensers.
Wow, is your hair like the top green part?
No, it's the picture of the crew. There's Roxanne, there's Fester, there's me, there's Froggy. We have the MJ Morning Show logo, which they took the MJ TV logo, and then the Q105 logo's on the back.
That's
and even
a real deal.
Even the labeling, I'm holding it up to MJ TV right now, and even the labeling, it says Vigo and Alessi, and then the back has the Q105 logo and the MJ Morning Show logo. So these are for you. Froggy,
Wow.
take this home. And Roxanne, here's
oh my gosh, this is heavy.
Here's one for you. It is. Look at that.
I can't open this. I can save this.
Describe that. Look at that.
Well, it's in very nice packaging.
It is. I just held it. Yeah, if you want to see it and you're not watching MJ TV, you can go back and watch the video on MJ TV. Just go to mjmorningshow.com, click on MJ TV at the top, and you can watch any of our shows in the studio. But I also took a still shot image with my cell phone, and I sent that to Andrew. So Andrew's going to post that also on stories mentioned on the MJ Morning Show in that section on mjmorningshow.com in just a bit. Isn't that nice?
I found an issue, though.
What's that?
Say I'm getting ready to use this and I'm eating a delicious meal. I'm
Yeah.
very hungry.
Right.
And I go to get my pepper shaker and I see your face on it. I think my hunger's just going to go right away.
You're going to lose your appetite?
Immediately. Or maybe this is a good diet.
You know what we ought to do? We ought to actually maybe put out an MJ Morning Show version of this and sell it in the stores.
Yeah, that sounds easy.
Yeah. You get on that.
That's what we ought to do.
Yeah. Let me know how that goes.
Well, guys, aren't you excited?
I'm super excited. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that a?
I'll
is
be
there
more
an-
excited if you actually do put them out in the stores and make me a partner.
I think these things would sell.
I'll invest.
Listen, we use this all the time. We have the Alessi Vigo salt and pepper in the house.
Very cool. Wow. Somebody put a lot of time into this.
No, they did. It looks like their graphics and art department, they did a whole package. Wow. Again, look at the picture will be up shortly on mjmorningshow.com or MJ TV. Take a look. There was one other boob story because I said I had two boob stories.
Yeah.
There is a
You
woman.
always need to do two boob stories. Two boobs.
I said.
Yes.
Well, I said I had two boob stories.
Yep.
I just broke it up with salt and pepper.
Very nice.
Oh, push it. Little salt and pepper here.
Yeah.
All right. So there is another woman named Pamela J. She's 27 years old, and she says that her boobs will not stop growing. She's 27. They are getting bigger every day, and she has a condition. Let me read some of the story here. Pamela J., 27, from the Post, always wanted her breasts to grow, but now they won't stop. The curvy OnlyFans model has gone up 4 bra cup sizes, growing from a J cup to an M cup in just 8 months.
Okay, hold
Yeah.
hold tight.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Fans model.
Right. Listen.
Leads me to believe this
Yeah.
might be a little bit contrived.
Unless you could pay to watch them grow,
Yeah,
in
because-
front of your eyes.
Well, how are your boobs growing when you're 27? There are 2 conditions in which your boobs will grow when you're 27.
Well-
One is gaining weight, and another is pregnancy.
No. She apparently has been diagnosed. She has a rare condition called gigantic. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Are you gonna laugh at your own line? What are you doing?
You fell for it.
No, I'm not. This is a real condition. She has a very rare condition, allegedly. Listen, I'm as skeptical as it gets. And yeah, did it cross my mind? But listen.
That she's an OnlyFans model trying to get some press?
Listen, she claims that she was referred to a surgeon last March of 2022, and that the surgeon diagnosed her with a very rare condition called gigantomastia.
Okay.
Let me read the details here.
Sounds legit.
Gigantomastia
Yeah, don't
is
you know so many medical conditions named Giganta?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Sounds like a
this
joke.
Sunday, WrestleMania with Gigant. What's her name?
Her name is Pamela J.
No, the Giganta thing.
Gigantomastia.
Gigantomastia versus the Big Show. Sounds like a wrestler.
This weekend
A monster truck.
at Emily Arena, Gigantomastia.
Yeah, that's better.
No, but she was. Let me read what Gigantomastia
All right,
is.
please.
Look it up.
I am.
Google it right now.
I
Ready?
did.
Giganto, Giganto, Mastia, Mastia. Look up Gigantomastia.
They could have named it something a little more medical and a little less ridiculous.
The
but
story,
yes, it is a thing.
the story says Gigantomastia is a very rare and not properly understood condition that causes rapid, excessive breast tissue growth. It can cause mastalgia, breast pain, ulceration or infection, posture problems, back pain, chronic traction injury to intercostal nerves, resulting in the loss of nipple sensation. This is according to the National Center for Advancing Translational Sciences.
Okay.
The condition can be caused by a range of factors, including hormonal changes, medications, autoimmune disease, but cause for Pamela's affliction is currently not known.
Wow.
All right. Yes, Roxanne.
It says the common causes of gigantomastia are puberty, pregnancy, and weight gain.
All right. Those are all possibilities, but she is staying.
It's a fancy name for your boobs are getting bigger.
But have you seen the size of hers?
Yeah. Yeah, there's something going on there.
Let me see these things.
Here are the pictures of her. Take a look.
Let me see.
Hang on.
I want to see them.
There, take a look.
All right.
I'm not making this up.
Okay, first of all, she's extremely attractive.
Yeah, she is.
She's better looking than the 21-year-old girl you love.
Hey, Andrew, did you get this story up on MJMorningshow.com as well?
There's a link to it, yeah.
All right, so we have a link to the story.
They're too big.
The woman with this gigantomastia, where she claims that her boobs have grown multiple sizes in just 8 months at 27 years old.
Oh, my God.
All right.
That's too much.
If you want to see what's going on here, and apparently they're all natural, and it's a medical condition, go to MJMorningshow.com and again, click on stories mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. MJMorningshow.com, stories mentioned on the MJ Morning Show.
Are they ever going to stop? Like, are they going to blow up like the Blueberry and Willy Wonka?
Yeah,
They just won't stop?
That's a possibility. I think so.
I just find it all very. Well, I'm going to keep an eye on this girl. She's an Aussie, by the way. Did you mention that?
I did not, but she is Australian.
She's Australian.
The babes don't stop growing?
Yes, I'm going to keep
The
an eye on
dingo
her.
ate my boobie. A dingo ate my
They
boobie.
feed all the dingoes in Australia with those things.
Really?
I just find it suspicious that an OnlyFans model has this condition.
All right.
Okay, we're going to keep an eye on her.
Yes.
Yes, I will. I will be keeping. You are correct. I will be keeping an eye on her.
Pamela.
Absolutely. Hey, the Trader Joe's South Tampa issue. How long have I been mentioning that on this show?
What is a traffic issue?
Yeah. You weren't here yesterday because it came up again yesterday.
I've actually never heard you talk about it.
Oh, well, you cut the crap. Yes, you have.
Yes, many times.
I have talked about the Trader Joe. Have you known the TV stations are suddenly jumping on this story?
Yeah, we're ahead of it. Just like the blue light problem, we're ahead of it first.
We were the first ones to recognize that, oh, my God, what's going on with all these blue-purple street lights all over town? We did that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then news reports are coming on like a month ago. No, but the latest is Trader Joe's, and I've been commenting and complaining about this for years. The Trader Joe's, and let's be very clear, I like Trader Joe's. I like it. I like Trader Joe's. I got about a dozen things that I'm kind of hooked on, addicted to at Trader Joe's. I like it. But the parking lot is an absolute dumpster fire. In fact, you know what? They do have a dumpster out front to the left. Maybe I'll light that on fire. That'd be actually better than their parking lot. All right. Now, the traffic backup is ridiculous. And there are days, a lot of times on the weekends, but sometimes during the weekday, the traffic is jammed up on Swan in both directions, both east and west. You'll have traffic that blocks Dale Mabry trying to get into Trader Joe's. It's a mess. Then you got cars lined up down through the neighborhood. If you're just trying to traverse on Swan, you can't. Great restaurant, by the way, on Swan. You can't even sometimes move. It is a mess. And I have asked for years, how the hell did Trader Joe's get zoned there? There clearly is not enough parking. I can't believe in 1 second that property for a supermarket met the ratio of square footage to how many parking spots you're supposed to have. And I just remember when I built my house, yes, the pilaster for your front post over here is 2 inches too close to the street, and we have to. I mean, I got nicked on every nail, and the building inspectors, and then they allow Trader Joe's to be built in a spot where it can't handle the traffic. So I've been talking about this for years, and now all these Johnny-come-latelys, now it's a big deal. So the TV stations are covering it. I've seen multiple TV reports now. And apparently the city of Tampa is trying to work with Trader Joe's. And how? So you got to hear the latest, and we were alerted to this from a listener yesterday. Froggy, you weren't here. You were taking the day off.
Yes, I had very important business.
Yeah, I know. So we talked about this yesterday because a listener said, hey, by the way, Bay News 9 is talking about the Trader Joe's issue that you always talk about. So I went after the show, I went home and I turned on Bay News 9 and I just hit the record on my DVR and I just let it record for like an hour. And I'm like, the story will pop up. And sure enough, I found it. And there was a whole story on the Trader Joe's South Tampa debacle with the traffic. It's a mess. So from the Trader Joe's website, here's the story. The popular grocery store has a parking lot that often can't keep up with demand. Well, because they never should have been zoned there because there are not enough spots according to code. I don't think there are enough spots there. Now, I guess the story is that was supposed to originally be a gym. And somehow, it was supposed to be a gym and maybe they would have had enough spots then. I don't know. Listen to this lady. A woman, a regular customer, Krista Fowler is a regular customer at Trader Joe's in South Tampa. And she says, I love the place. I love the products. The parking lot is like the 7th level of hell.
Wow.
The 7th level of hell.
Sounds terrible. Is it that bad? I've never been.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it's awful.
That's what I call waking up before 5 o'clock in the morning. Each 10-minute increment is a layer of hell, but a parking lot as a layer of hell. That's true.
There are only 69 spaces. The city of Tampa did work with FDOT to add left turn signals to the light at Dale Mabry, but doesn't really help that much. Listen to this. Vic Bide, Bhide. I saw him in the news report. He's the director of Tampa's mobility department. He says that officials are now looking at some fresh ideas. What? All right, listen to this. Here are some of the ideas that this Tampa director of mobility, this traffic dude in the city of Tampa, here are some of the ideas they said that are being discussed. Restriping the parking lot. What are you going to do? How are you going to restripe the parking lot that's going to change the fact that it's just square footage-wise too small by like double? What are you going to make the spot? They're already narrow spots. The spots at Trader Joe's are already, it's Door-Ding City in there. The spots are already too close together.
How much closer could they get? How small do they think cars are?
Then leasing spots from nearby businesses.
Oh, what a pain.
Oh, what? Like like Verizon Wireless and walk across like 5 lanes of Dale Mabry to get there? I mean, come on. What businesses?
How about you can only shop there if you have a smart car.
Across the street, you do have the Einstein Bagels and Extreme Juice and Burger King. And people do park there all the time. But it's still not enough parking spots really on a busy day. And then if people start parking in there, first of all, you might get towed. But then there won't be enough spots for Einstein Bagels.
Yeah, then they're going to be slammed.
Extreme Juice and Burger King. So restriping the parking lot. What? Leasing spots from nearby businesses. Oh, what? The tanning salon in front that has 8 spots?
What is that going to do?
Nothing. The Trader Joe's should not have been built there. They should have built Trader Joe's in a different, bigger location with ample parking and not basically in a residential neighborhood. Also, they're looking at hiring off-duty officers for traffic control.
Oh, great.
And then expanding to other locations. What they need to do is they need to just shut that location down and just find a much bigger spot in South Tampa. That's what they should do. You know what they should have done is on Gandy, that ghost shopping center where the Jerk Hut used to be. They've knocked that down. You know what I'm talking about? Where
Jerk Hut.
It's like at the corner of like Gandy and Manhattan.
Oh yeah.
Back that like kind of ghosty. You got the Applebee's over there, and then also isn't there a Burger King there as well?
Where that weird coffee shop used to be. Caribe.
I don't remember. So, but I'm telling it's a major problem. So, speaking of stores and shopping, this is nuts. Is this real? Apparently, a Starbucks customer is saying that they were charged more when they asked for their drink with light ice.
Wait, how's that possible?
What are they saying? Because they give you more coffee? Or
Yeah, because
that ice is cheaper?
That's the old trick is you jam up a cup with ice and you just get less volume to put the actual product that you want in there.
I should try that. Sometimes I get their iced green tea matcha drinks.
Ugh. How's your breath after that?
Jeez. Yeah, breathe on me. Yeah.
It's actually, green tea is better than coffee for your breath.
So a woman is claiming that she went to Starbucks in a Target location and she asked for light ice, and now she claims they're charging extra for light ice because there's more actual drink and less frozen water cubes. Is this real?
I can't even imagine.
She claimed they were charged 60 cents extra because they wanted very little ice and more actual drink.
Just get a coffee. Black.
Is that real?
How much more would you charge them? What would be this is 10 less ice cubes, so we're going to charge you $1. Like how does that even come up?
I don't know why. I don't know how they came up with 60 cents. But
60
but
cents.
I don't even know if that's real, but that's the claim in this video online.
Maybe that's a Target rule.
That's being circulated.
Target's their boss.
I don't know. Oh, and then when we get back, we got a long segment. So we're back in just a few minutes, and we've got another half hour of the show nonstop next. So do you know about Al Roker's Tesla problem?
Oh, I thought you were going to say testicle problem.
Well,
that's what I thought, too.
He was out for a while.
I know.
Yeah, he had a bunch of health
laughing.
issues. No, a Tesla problem. What is wrong with you?
What's
Why
wrong
would
with
you-
him? Froggy said he thought it too.
I was thinking testicle.
We got to talk about ponytails times 2. And then what is Prince Harry's obsession with his royal wiener? Have you seen the latest on that?
More of that freckled ween?
All right, hang on a minute. Oh, that and a whole lot more. Oh, and a mini fridge story from a hotel you're not going to believe. That's right. A mini fridge story. The mini bar in hotels.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You're not going to believe this. All of this is next. Don't move on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. And that all starts next. But first... Morning show on Q105, MJ with Froggy and Roxanne. And also, you're still getting slammed with Titanic texts over our discussion about your 5-year-old daughter's Titanic obsession and the fact that one of your friends thinks that your daughter might actually be reincarnated from a victim that was on the Titanic in 1912.
Yes, I've been getting names of books I need to read. Evelyn Marsden is someone who was a survivor. She was an Australian nurse who took care of the first-class passengers on the ship.
Wow.
That I've
oh my God, maybe that's her.
Right?
Same name.
Oh, Evelyn James is her name.
Evelyn, whoa. The nurse's name on the Titanic was Evelyn James?
Yeah, she
And your daughter's name is Evelyn Jade?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And I've been getting all kinds of leads, so thank you to everybody.
God. That is too weird.
Now it got interesting.
That is a little too weird. What else are you getting?
I'm getting things that say that maybe she has a genetic, maybe it's not that she is a past life, but has a genetic code. Like I need to look at my ancestry and see if one of our ancestors was on the ship.
What do you say, Froggy?
This music is so dumb. Now, if your daughter turns out, and I hope this doesn't happen.
Is that an oboe?
Turns out to look like Kathy Bates. Wasn't she in that movie?
Yeah, she was the unsinkable Molly Brown.
But the number of people who either have had similar experiences themselves related to the Titanic or their kids related to past lives is pretty remarkable.
All right, MJ Morning Show listeners, let me give you a little assignment here. If you missed our discussion on Titanic and Roxanne's 5-year-old daughter and the orbs that fly around her on videos that are taken, listen back. Go listen to the podcast. The entire show is on all the major podcast platforms, on mjmorningshow.com, the MyQ105 app. You can just do a search, MJ Morning Show on Q105, and you can listen to our podcast. You can go back and listen to this after, right around 8 o'clock. Maybe like 7:55 or 8 o'clock this morning. We had a lengthy discussion about this, and we took phone calls. So if you want to hear what's going on and get the basis for this little update here, that's how you do it. Wow.
Oh, thinking about it, I think my kid might have been the lighting director on Mary Poppins.
Really? Why is that?
He always sings the songs and does the dances like Dick Van Dyke. And
Carries
he's
an umbrella.
I want to go clean the chimney sweep.
Guess what number I'm calling right now?
813-310-8444.
That's correct.
The message, but the fastest response is text. Thanks.
He's going right back to voicemail again. Hang on a minute.
Come on.
Fester, I would imagine, is still in the emergency room at Tampa General Hospital. There is no Fester today because Fester took an Uber to the ER at TGH because his myasthenia gravis really flared up badly and he had trouble walking. The elevator's broken here at the station. He says there's no way he would have been able to come up the stairs today. So,
man.
Calling Fester's cell. I'm going to have to text him again. All right, it's ringing. All right, I'm going to have to...
Hello.
Oh, hey. All right, here he's live. How you doing, Fester? What's the update?
They're waiting for a neurologist to come in. It should be in shortly.
What have they told you so far? How about the rest of your vitals? They took blood, and obviously the lab work's not back yet.
Well, the neurologist just walked in.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah.
Ask her or him if she listens to the MJ Morning Show.
Yeah, ask the neurologist if she's ever heard of the MJ Morning Show.
They probably don't. Have you ever heard of the MJ Morning Show?
No.
She said no.
Well, thanks a lot.
All right. Have you ever heard of radio? How about radiologist?
All right.
The radiology's not here.
right.
That would be appropriate.
All right. All right. So do you need to talk with the neurologist now?
Yeah, probably. I've been waiting here, and they've taken good care of me, and they just walked in, so I probably need to talk to them now.
All right. Well, that might be a good idea. Could you call? We're on the air for another hour or so. Can you call us back the minute that you have any update?
Best leave the phone off
Try,
the hook.
yeah, of course. It
So
depends
we can
how
hear
long the colonoscopy is.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good
All
luck.
Is he really having a colonoscopy?
No.
No, he's not having a colonoscopy. He's got a neurological problem in his brain with the myasthenia gravis.
Is it true? You've had a colonoscopy, right?
I've had 2 of them.
Is it true that afterwards in that room, it's like a symphony of farts going off?
All right, will you stop?
Sorry, I didn't mean that.
All right, Froggy, I mean, why do I have to keep asking you to stop using that word and language? I mean, I'm serious.
I'm just asking.
Just stop. My God. It's like, I ask you to do something and then you do it again. I don't think a good portion of our audience wants to hear you talking about farts.
What'd you just say, dude? I can't believe you said that. You know, you asked me not to say it, and then
All
you
right.
say it. What kind of example are you setting?
Will you stop it? All right, moving along
Okay.
here. Speaking of gas.
Okay. See? Now who's the smart one?
I actually had a gas story.
Well, see?
I do.
Nice way to get into it. So thank you.
I
Froggy.
accept your apology.
What do you think America's favorite gas station is, according to a survey?
Taco Bell.
I don't get it.
No. Was that on the air?
Yes.
Because I can't tell whether you're in
Yes,
my...
that was on the air.
I can't tell whether he's in my ear on the IFB or whether he's talking on the air. There's no way to distinguish. No, it's incorrect.
I would have to guess, due to my love of the Hess truck, I would say Hess gas station.
No, Hess gas station's not around anymore.
Oh, what's
Son
that
of a-
crazy gas station that people drive from Bucky's or whatever?
Yeah, Bucky's.
Yeah, Bucky's not on the list.
Oh.
All right, according to a recent study from Payless Power, 1,011 people were surveyed. And by the way, that's like when you start getting statistically accurate. There's like this number of just over 1,000 when you start to get, ask any statistician, ask any pollster. You want to try to get, it's like just over 1,000 to try to get a valid sample. And that's why, I could talk about valid samples and research and all kinds of problems in other areas, but maybe I'll refrain.
Yeah.
All right. So you have 1,011 people that were asked what your favorite gas station is, and guess what is number 1?
Is it like something like 7-Eleven?
Nope. It starts with a C.
Citgo.
No.
Double A and C. Oh,
No.
Chevron.
No. Well, those are good guesses, but no. Costco.
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 Yeah, because it's
Costco
the
gas.
cheapest,
Well,
yeah.
Sam's Club and Costco, when they have gas stations, they typically have among the cheapest gasoline in town. The issue with me, and I'm a Costco member, and I used to be a Sam's Club member, but then those scoundrels closed the South Tampa location.
Scoundrels.
Yeah, just south of Gandy.
Every time I pass that gas station, it's lines.
Well, that's the issue.
And I'm not waiting lines.
The price is good, but then you got to say, is it worth me saving, X number of cents a gallon to wait in line for 25 minutes?
Yeah, it's like every time I go past there, I'm like, is there a hurricane coming?
It's like it's a 1974 Arab oil embargo going on. Are you checking odd and even license plates? What's going on over here? All right, but no, sometimes the lines at Costco can get a little too long, but Costco earned top honor.
Wow.
America's favorite gas station, according to this survey, is Costco. And then also Love's. The truck stop. Yeah, Love's.
Oh, the home of the
Shell.
lot lizard.
7-Eleven is on the list. And Wawa round out the top 5.
I can't believe Wawa's not number 1.
Costco's number 1.
Yeah.
Love's is number 2. Shell is number 3. 7-Eleven is 4. And Wawa is number 5. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, the most hated gas station was Exxon. I don't know why.
Why?
Yeah, Exxon. EXXON. Say that name of the gas station.
Exxon.
Say it again.
Exxon.
Okay, that's good. All right, for all you say the gas station.
Danielson. Exxon. Exoff.
Stop.
Exxon.
No, I'm trying to make a point here.
Exxon.
Do you know?
Exxon.
Do you know people that don't say the X's and they make the X's G's, and they'll say like Exxon, eggs like EGGSON, Exxon.
I kind of like that. I think I'm gonna start doing that.
I like eggs on a bagel.
I know a lot of people that won't pronounce Exxon or X words. They'll turn it into like EGG, egg, for some reason. All right. So Exxon, the most hated gas station, followed by Texaco, Valero, Phillips 66, and Sheetz.
What?
Why would people hate Sheetz?
What is Sheets? I never even heard of it.
You never heard of Holy Sheets?
I was going to say the gas there is kind of sheety.
So, do we have Sheets locally? No Sheets? So Sheets is up in the Carolinas. Where do I see Sheets? Up in the Carolinas?
I've never heard of it. I've never seen one.
Sheets, you know where I first saw Sheets? Outside of the Raleigh-Durham Airport. There's a Sheets right before you get to the rental car return.
What a dumb name.
What, Sheets?
What, do they have a sheet store called Gas?
I think there's
Makes no sense.
I think Sheets are like the Carolinas, Virginia, I think Pennsylvania. Maybe you know what? I stopped at a Sheets in West Virginia as well.
Did you have to
Wait.
sheet?
Froggy.
What?
Please stop it.
I'm on a roll today.
Yes.
So where did you say racetrack fell on the list? Good or bad?
Racetrack's not on this list.
No, not even
Oh,
on
it's
it.
not even- Well, I got to tell you, my favorite gas station in the world is a racetrack at Jacaranda Boulevard and I-75 South. Super clean bathrooms. If you ever have to drive,
Jacaranda, that's down in like Venice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's your stop. If you need to
Hold on, you're telling us your favorite gas station is a bathroom off of I-75 in Jacaranda?
Yeah, you're going to think this is useless information, but the next time you talk to somebody who needs to drive to South Florida, you're going to say, I know the best exit to get off at if you want a really great restroom.
Jacaranda?
Jacaranda Boulevard, the racetrack right there off I-275 headed south. Perfect.
Wow,
There you
sounds
go.
amazing. Let's take a stop.
They ought to put a little sign on the door, recommended by Roxanne from the MJ Morning Show. Roxanne says, best bathrooms around. You know, I once took a picture of this, and I can't remember what year it was. I don't think it was too long ago, but I remember driving on I-95 somewhere in the Carolinas, and there was a huge billboard, and the billboard was something like the cleanest restrooms on I-95. And I stopped just to check it out to make sure they were the cleanest restrooms on I-95.
Well, they damn well better be.
And I think I took pictures, and I think I put it on my Twitter or something like 10 years ago.
And?
Well, I think it was pretty damn clean. Hey, did any of you guys see Chris Wallace? Remember Chris Wallace from Fox News?
Yeah.
And then he went to work for CNN, and he was supposed to do that CNN Plus, the streaming service, and that thing was a disaster, and they canceled it. And now Chris Wallace is doing like a Sunday interview show. Did you see Chris Wallace interviewed Andy Cohen?
I did not.
You know, comedian Andy Cohen. You know, he's on with Anderson Cooper for the New Year's Eve coverage. Also, his claim to fame is Real Housewives, right?
Yeah, he went over to Bravo and created all those that whole thing, all those reality shows.
All right, now I gotta play this for you. So Chris Wallace recently interviewed Andy Cohen, and Real Housewives comes up. And, you know, I've never watched Real Housewives. It
used to be good.
It just doesn't, you know, I've seen clips. All right, so I've seen like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of what, Long Island or what, Orange County. I know I've seen a couple
New Jersey.
Whatever. Who's the one, Judas or Judice or?
That's New Jersey.
Didn't they go to jail?
Teresa Giudice.
But people say Judice or Judas, but isn't it Judice is like the real way to say it?
Her husband went to still in
Yeah,
jail,
that's right. And her husband like went to federal prison, right?
And she went away for like 2 years maybe or a year? Forget.
Anyway, Andy Cohen is being interviewed by Chris Wallace on CNN. I think it might have been this last Sunday night. And I just thought this was interesting. And one of the questions was, are you embarrassed by what you do? I thought it was a great question. And they played like a montage of like some of the fights.
Yeah, there's
And
nothing but fights.
I mean, just horrific behavior.
Did they show Teresa flip the table?
They did. They absolutely. I've got it queued up right here. As a matter of fact,
Called her a horrific name.
oh yeah. So flipping the table, they're crying, they're hitting each other, they're calling each other names, they're using the F-bomb at each other, they're calling each other just horrible names, and then the clip of the table flip. I mean, all kinds of terrible, terrible stuff here. And then Chris Wallace says, are you embarrassed by this? Here, listen to some of this audio.
It's interesting that you should mention the Real Housewives reunions because we have a clip of that.
Good.
And
this I feel good about.
Okay, you do feel better about that.
Listen,
Well, okay,
I feel
well,
good about all of it. And I love the Housewives.
Okay.
I did just get defensive because it seemed like a layup that you were going to show. I thought it was going to be a montage of wine tosses, but, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Real Housewives.
Yes, we're going to see
Which
a
you
reunion.
host.
Yes.
This is a reunion, and sometimes you get caught in the crossfire.
Okay, this is going to be season 2. Teresa Giudice pushing me, I think.
No, it wasn't.
In tears because you've said that she uses cocaine and that she's not a good mother.
I didn't say she's not a good mother. That's not what I said, Andy.
I said, I don't think that he's good for you.
How do you know what's good for me?
That's my opinion.
She was so nasty and so rude that I don't ever bring anybody around me like that.
So nasty.
And that's what happened.
So rude. I will
There it goes.
You are a piece of garbage.
Well, you nailed it.
Yes, I knew that.
What do you think this is low-hanging fruit?
So
what does he expect? Nothing but that happens on the show.
He asks about low-hanging fruit. Listen, I don't take those reality shows seriously. I don't take any of that at face value or that any of that is real. But here's the question. I love this question from Chris Wallace to Andy Cohen.
No, I'm really not, because it makes so many people happy. I go back to me being in St. Louis.
Oh, you don't have the question? Where's the question? Where's the are you embarrassed by, you didn't leave the question on there?
No, I didn't.
Oh, he literally asked.
I thought you were going to lead into the question.
No, I want Chris Wallace asking, are you embarrassed? All right.
He literally, he said that to him.
Chris Wallace says, are you embarrassed? I mean, that's the money shot.
You can still get it, right? It's not a big deal.
Well, it's kind of, I'm not going to be able to get it right now. But the question was, oh, okay, that was unexpected, not to have the question asked. But Chris Wallace asks, are you embarrassed by what you do? And Andy Cohen responds,
No, I'm really not, because it makes so many people happy. I go back to me being in St. Louis as a kid watching All My Children for years and years and years.
Now that explains it.
And I loved All My Children.
Me too.
It was just the great escape for me. And I think that this show represents that for a whole lot
all the other kids were outside playing baseball and riding bikes, and I'm watching All My Children in St. Louis.
Something that's a little difficult to swallow, but I think it's also about, in the real great moments, it's about being a wife and a mother and a sister and a friend.
Anyway, listen, I guess he's made a fortune off that crap, right? He's the one, he's laughing all the way to the bank, right?
Mm-hmm. But the thing is with him, he's been on TV for like 20 years, and he always seems like it's his first day on TV.
Yeah.
Like he just has this look and he has a dumb face.
So he's like unpolished?
Yeah, he should not be on TV. He should be an executive.
You don't think that Andy Cohen should be on TV?
He's terrible at hosting a show. He looks like he's
like deer in the headlights?
Yeah,
or?
he's always got that
So
look.
he doesn't look professional. It doesn't look like he's put together or meant to be like a television performer.
It looks forced, and he's not meant to be on TV.
All right. Andrew, are you trying to find the question now? Are you looking for that by any chance? Are you trying to find the...
Oh, boy.
Finish the sentence.
What?
You're going to let him talk to you like that, Spider?
Wait, do you want me to shoot him like in Goodfellas?
Go get me a drink.
All right. What was that Casino? What movie was that? That was
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Yeah, if you could find that audio clip, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right. Al Roker's Tesla.
Yeah, what's up with this?
Al Roker's had health problems. He was off the Today Show for, like a couple of months?
Yeah, he just came back last week. They made a big deal
I
about
know.
it.
So Al Roker was in the hospital. I think there were reports that he almost died. And I like Al Roker. I think Al Roker's great. We've met him before. He's always been personable. I like Al Roker.
You know how, when you realize how long he's been around when you're watching Seinfeld and you see him on that episode, you're like, Al Roker's been on TV for 30 years.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And he started as the weather guy on NBC New York on
Oh, really?
He was the weather guy on Channel 4 WNBC TV in New York.
And everybody just loved him so much.
Yeah. And then I guess oh, you know what? David Letterman used to walk across the hall and interrupt some of his weather. Seriously, because when David Letterman did the taping for his show, when David Letterman was on NBC, they would tape at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then the late night with David Letterman studio was right across the hall from the Channel 4 studio, and he used to just they used to take a handheld camera, and Letterman would just walk over and just walk in the middle of Al Roker's weathercast.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure it was pretty staged and set up, but it was still pretty funny. So Al Roker, not only has Al Roker had extremely horrific health issues, and I'm glad he's back, but now he's having health issues with his Tesla, and it won't start. He's just having, I don't know whether there's a lemon, but there's a whole issue, and there's a whole story that's circulating that the doors wouldn't work, and he couldn't get into the vehicle. So Al Roker and his wife is Deborah Roberts, and she was a broadcaster on TV in her own right. Not Robin Roberts, but Deborah Roberts, and they have Teslas, and their Model X, they were seen they were beating on the doors trying
I already had the Tesla model.
What is wrong with you and Froggy? What's going on?
That's a good one, Rob.
What's going on with you guys?
Model X.
It was a Model X.
Okay.
And they were seen on the streets of New York attempting to break into the vehicle. The doors wouldn't work. They couldn't get into their car.
Did they have the doors that go up? The X's?
The Model X, that's the SUV with the wings, right?
Is that the plaid one?
No, the plaid is, I think, I don't know much about Tesla. I'll never own a Tesla. I just find, I'm just not interested.
I don't like them either.
Yeah, if you have to take a long trip somewhere, you're going to run into some problems.
I have no interest in a Tesla at all. But
you don't like my car?
Apparently, Al Roker and his wife, they were seen trying to break into the Tesla because the doors wouldn't open.
Ow, can't catch a break.
Oh, man. So Al Roker and his Tesla apparently very upset on the streets of New York with their Tesla malfunctioning.
Get yourself a real car.
I don't know what it is with ponytails. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Are you communicating with aliens? You're like holding your forehead and looking up. And
I have a bit of a tension headache right here, but I'm going to be fine. No, you're continue. Yes.
Well, just rub it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Squeeze your hand.
Yeah.
I know that's what I was telling people.
Is it sinus maybe?
Yeah,
Are you getting a
just
sinus
Googled it. No,
squeeze?
I think my shoulders, my neck is a little sore here, so I think it's just traveling to my forehead. That's all.
I asked you about ponytails.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yesterday you creepily said, "Do you ever wear ponytails?"
Yeah, what a creepy.
I creepily said.
Did he go, Roxanne? Do you ever wear ponytails?
We stop it.
How'd you
now,
ask?
Did I ask that on the air or off the air?
I think you asked it off the air, which is why it was creepy.
I don't think I've ever seen you in a ponytail, actually.
Well, the reason why I was asking is I had a story yesterday about a police officer, a supervisor in New York City, in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And she grabbed the ponytail of a fellow female officer, grabbed it and yanked it. Ooh. And the point was that this is dangerous, that ponytails are dangerous because the bad guys can grab your ponytail and, snap your neck around.
Ha! Tell that to Steven Seagal. Never was he attacked by his ponytail, and I've seen plenty of his movies.
No, I'm not making this up.
No, it's true. I saw that story as well.
All right, so what's creepy about it? I asked you if you've ever had a ponytail because...
Well, just out of context, but in relation to that story, not creepy at all. You're right. Have I ever had a ponytail, and have I ever had my ponytails yanked?
All right, now it's getting creepy.
No, well, because, and then the police supervisor's in trouble. I'm trying to find the story. I have the basic facts. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can find the story.
So cops should what? Tie their hair up in a bun?
I sent it to, well, basically, okay, so I have the story. Do you want me to tell it?
Yeah,
Did you find it?
please,
Okay.
because MJ's not
no,
even
no,
pre-
no. I
not even
I'm sorry.
prepared.
No,
dude.
I have it right here. I had them both together. I just couldn't find it because I have a new ponytail story. I had the new ponytail stories for today on top of the old ponytail story,
Right.
and we've got double whammy ponytail stories. So this female NYPD sergeant is accused of yanking an officer's ponytail at a precinct, and she was hurt, but she was trying to prove that the ponytail makes her more vulnerable on the street.
Yeah, she could have just told her that. She didn't need to actually yank it herself.
Oh, she yanked it all right.
How long is it?
Well, she's got the girl who got her ponytail yanked. She's got really long, pretty hair. And I'm looking at a picture of her right now. She's wearing like one of those. She's wearing a very sexy outfit for a police officer.
Man,
I don't think she's on the job in this photo.
I
Okay,
follow
no.
this cop on Instagram, and she's like a 900 out of 10. And I do not understand how that doesn't affect her job. Like when you go to, if she went to arrest me, I'd be like, oh my God, you're amazing. I got to show you a picture of him. You'll die.
Who's this now?
Oh, I'm glad you're listening to me.
I am. I'm sorry. I was reading the story.
The IG cop that I follow that is drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, but who is she? Where's she a police officer? What city? I can't ask questions?
I just want to show you her picture. And do you think that would affect your job? If she pulled me over, I'd be like, give me any ticket you want.
I'm Googling hot cops, but just guys are coming up.
Search me, frisk me. All right, so that's ponytail story number 1. Ponytail story number 2 is this, that a server at a sports bar in Salt Lake City says that it's creepy, but it works. When she wears ponytails, her tips go up.
Oh, yeah. Didn't we do a story about pigtails like that?
20 again, ponytail.
This one is wearing pigtails. Yes.
So I think we talked about something like a year ago, sometime last year. But Caitlin Boss, she's 22 years old. She's at a sports bar in Salt Lake City, and talks about the $2.13 base wage and relying on tips, etc. And she's got a whole dissertation on how ponytails will make her tips increase dramatically. And she saw this online. So guess what? This is a newer, updated version, Froggy, because yes, we did talk about something similar sometime last year.
Yeah, I thought so.
And this is another individual that apparently saw that story from some other server about guys love my pigtails or ponytails, and I make more money during my server shift. So the latest now is this 22-year-old Caitlin Boss who says, hey, I saw the story, and I concur. I tried it, didn't believe it. I was skeptical, and her tips went up dramatically.
Wow. Guys are creepy. She should do her hair like Pippi Longstocking and see what happens.
One of the examples, or make yourself look like Wendy's from the Wendy's logo from Wendy's hamburgers.
Freckles.
Or like Coolio, like a bunch of small braids.
There you go. She said that she wore her pigtails, and the first night she made her first $100 tip.
What?
Yeah.
What is she serving, like fetish dudes?
Yeah.
How could that possibly make you? I don't understand.
She says that the comments she gets from some of the men are, well, kind of weird.
I don't like things that make you look younger.
She's just holding out her hand and making the money. She says the men who like her pigtails most and tip the highest are men in their late 40s or early 50s.
Well, it's just it's a schoolgirl fetish thing.
She says, I find it disturbing that men like the pigtail look.
Next day she shows up with braces and fake freckles.
Headgear.
Stop it.
Hi, guys. I'm here to take your orders. Just full headgear.
Stop. All right, when we get back, the final segment. I mentioned earlier that there's now a count of how many times Prince Harry talks about his royal jewels.
Oh, God. Speaking of fake freckles.
In the book. No, seriously. There's like an obsession that Prince Harry has with his royal, unit. And, of course, the book has done extremely well. Well, so says the publisher. But I think the sales numbers that are available, I think, prove that. So we'll get into that in just a bit. Oh, and then the hotel mini fridge story. Remember I teased that? I can't get to everything immediately, folks. You know what? Maybe we should try that. Maybe I give each of you guys a story and we all just do it at the same time, and then people can try to listen to what story they find most interesting.
Just filter out the voice that
Or
the
we could
story that they don't
each
need to
be
hear.
on one speaker.
Oh, there you go.
Well, that's only two then. If we did a left pan and a right pan, that's only two for
Front and
stereo.
back speakers.
Yeah. All right, quick break. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show with some of that stuff I just mentioned. Next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Now, a car... 5, it is 9:32. MJ and the crew here. I just witnessed something very interesting. I just went to the restroom in our lobby, and again, one of the amazing design cues of this whole studio layout is putting our employee bathrooms in the lobby of the radio station.
I always thought that was weird.
Yeah, well, CBS, they just bungled this whole operation. The studios are too small. CBS ought to be, beaten silly. And, of course, Beasley bought these stations from CBS back in, I think, 2015, right? And so I just go to the bathroom in the lobby. There's a woman sitting in our lobby with a chicken.
What? Why? Is there a chicken here?
Seriously. Andrew, can you please take your cell phone, dial the hotline, and you might need to wait till you get to the lobby, because that's another thing about this building. The cell service in this building sucks. You have to be your face has to be pressed against the window, in order to get a cell signal in here. So, Andrew, call the hotline or the studio line from the lobby. There's a woman, crying, holding a chicken on the couch in our lobby.
She's crying?
Well, apparently the chicken is sick.
This isn't a vet.
I mean, I hope it's not like some kind of avian flu deal or whatever.
Get the thing out of here.
Hold on a sec. Hang on. Have some compassion.
Well, maybe you can lay some eggs for us. We can sell them.
Hey,
for $1 million.
Andrew, you there?
I am here.
Are you in the lobby?
Yes.
All right. Is the woman with the chicken still sitting on the couch?
Yes.
All right. Can you ask the woman with the chicken on our couch in the lobby
What's happening?
if does she have time to talk to us on your cell phone?
Do you have time to talk to Q105 about your chicken? What's your name? Edna? Annette.
Annette.
Her name is Annette. I'm going to hand her the phone.
Okay. All right.
In relation to Funicello.
Yeah. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, Annette. I just went to the restroom in our lobby, and I saw you sitting on the couch in our lobby with a chicken.
Yes. I
Can I ask how you happened to find yourself in the Beasley Media Group Q105 lobby with a chicken?
reaching out to my community, to the community, because I was at a park and two large dogs came after my chicken and attacked her.
So wait a minute. Two large dogs came after your... Where do you live? Do you live in St. Pete?
No, I'm traveling right now from Atlanta, and I was on my way to Miami.
All right, so you're from Atlanta to Miami with a chicken. Two dogs attacked your chicken, and now you're in the Q105 lobby.
Praying for some help.
Praying? I'm just curious. How did you end up...
She just stopped here. This is the first place she stopped,
what,
right?
But wait, we're like on the second floor of an office park. How did you come to find us and our radio station lobby?
I Googled, media stations.
Did you say you Googled radio stations?
So you were looking for us, yeah.
Yes, I'm trying to reach out to the community to see what I can do in saving her. I was able to get some antibiotics to stabilize her, but she's going to go if she doesn't get stitched up.
So the chicken, wait a minute, the chicken needs to be stitched up?
Take it to a...
Yeah, what about a veterinarian?
She has a very huge wound.
All right, wait a sec. Do you have a car, I hope, or are you walking from Atlanta to Miami?
No, I have a call.
Okay, all right, just checking. All right, so
MJ, can you
well, I'm going to ask for a vet now. Is there a vet that can look at the woman's chicken that just showed up in our lobby? All right, if there's a vet...
We need an emergency vet stat.
I went to the vet, but they want $1,600.
$1,600 to put a Band-Aid on your chicken?
Yeah. So they told you to come to the radio station?
She does need to be stitched up. It's not just a Band-Aid. She needs to be stitched
All right. But
up.
even then, I mean, geez, get me a needle and thread. I'll do it. I'll put some Neosporin in there.
You have to know how to stitch.
Ma'am, I have an important question.
Myself, if I knew how to stitch. can't.
All right. Hold on. I know you're crying. I know this is very traumatic for you. All right, I'm gonna.
Ma'am, was the chicken crossing the road when it was attacked?
Please, Froggy, stop it. Stop. All right, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask for a veterinarian right now. I'm going to ask for a veterinarian on the air. Is there a vet that can look at this woman's chicken? She's holding her chicken like a little baby.
Aw.
In the lobby.
What's the chicken's name?
Does the chicken have a name?
Yes, Tweety Bird.
It's Tweety Bird or Sweetie Bird?
MJ.
No, Tweety Bird.
Andrew, you just left your cell phone with the woman in the lobby with the chicken? Oh, there's someone else out there. All right. So, if there's a vet that can look at did you say Sweetie Bird or Tweety Bird?
Tweety.
Okay, Tweety Bird. If there is a vet listening that can look at Tweety Bird and maybe stitch up Tweety Bird and help with some antibiotics, and I guess the issue is you don't have a lot of money. Is that it?
Yes, I don't. I mean, I own my car. I'd be willing to title my car. I own my land, and I went ahead and put it for sale last week.
Now, are you homeless or do you have a home? Do you have a home?
Yeah, I just have a piece of property at this moment.
All right. So if there's a vet that can help out here locally, 800-990-1047. If you're a vet and you can look at the chicken and maybe stitch up the chicken, 800-990-1047. If there's a veterinarian that can help out, this woman just wandered into our radio station lobby with a hurt chicken. Just call us 800-990-1047 and we'll see what we can do. All right, so Annette, hold on. I got to get to some other things here, but I'm gonna
put her on hold, please.
All right, I'll put her on hold,
please.
All right,
is she on hold?
Yeah.
MJ, she's a crazy person in our lobby with a chicken. What are you
There
doing?
is
What are you doing? How did they get in here?
Well, she can hear on hold. I mean, I'm just saying that.
How did she get in the building?
I don't know. I mean,
a chicken is as good as a gun. You shouldn't be coming in here with it.
Our security is top notch around here. All right, so
I'm going out the back door.
You're the security breach.
All right, if there is, I'm not a security breach. I didn't let her in. All right,
okay, you did not let her in. Okay.
Let's try to help out. If there's a vet, that can look at this lady's chicken, then let's see if we can help out here, man. I'm sorry. I had other things to do here, but man, it's not every day you walk into the lobby to use the bathroom and there's a lady with a hurt chicken that she's swaddling. Is that a word when you swaddle a baby, right?
Yeah.
Swaddling a chicken in our lobby.
Is it a real chicken? Are you sure it's real?
Yes, it's a real chicken.
This sounds insane.
I don't know if it's like a scam, some kind of like a Nigerian prince scam or something, or with a chicken.
Yeah, it doesn't sound legit.
Some texters are suggesting a voodoo chicken. I'm not saying that.
We're trying to find help for the chicken. So if you're a veterinarian and you can help out the chicken, or if you know how to sew, please call us 800-990-1047. All right, what did I tease? I teased a lot of stuff we got to get to. All right, first of all, the hotel minibar story. This is insane. This popped up on a Reddit thread. Is this real? That there's a sign on the hotel mini fridge that if you open the door, you'll be charged $50. Just opening the door of this mini fridge.
What hotel?
And there's a sign. I'm trying to find that. But it's posted to Reddit. And the sign on the mini fridge says, this refreshment center is on a sensor. Use of the refreshment center for personal storage will automatically incur a $50 charge. So I've done this.
Me too.
If I have a bottle of water, my own stuff, and I don't want to pay $9 for a Sprite or whatever for Julian, we'll put something in the hotel mini fridge to keep it cool.
Yeah, you have to take the stuff out. Yeah.
I always do that.
And what they're saying now is that this particular hotel, and I tried to find which hotel it was, but it's a real picture. It looks like a real printed placard on the mini fridge that if you open the door, they'll charge you $50. Now, I know there used to be mini fridges that I've seen where if you took the bottle out, the bottle or the snack item was on a sensor, and it would automatically charge you. But I never heard of this. Open the door to put something in to keep it cool on your own, and you're going to get charged $50. $50? That's ridiculous. All right, speaking of ridiculous, Prince Harry, in his memoir Spare, mentions his private parts 15 times?
What?
That is the count. In Spare, the Prince Harry tell-all, he apparently talks about his royal wiener 15 times. You know, one of them was when he got frostbite in Antarctica, right?
Yes.
And you said he
put the
put
mother's lotion. Princess Diana's.
It places the lotion on the wiener.
Oh my goodness, I have writer's block. Wait a minute. What rhymes
Places
with block?
Well, no, that's like Silence of the Lambs. It places the lotion in the basket. Put the freaking lotion in the basket. But that book apparently is selling a lot. It's doing very, very well.
I simply must write about my frozen piece.
Does he have a name for it?
Yes.
Like if he writes about it 15 times.
Lobesy. It's named after my daddy's ears.
Jeremy Renner. I just saw a story that just broke that Jeremy Renner's injuries are far worse than people think.
Wow, man.
Yep. A report is out. Source tells Radar Online, which is part of the National Enquirer, that his condition is worse than what has been revealed publicly. Remember, I asked that question.
Yeah.
I said, what's up with his leg? What's up with his chest being crushed? We haven't heard a lot. I like Jeremy Renner. I hope he recovers. But now the stories are coming out. Like what I was asking, why are we not hearing more specifics about the injuries? And it appears that they're keeping that quiet. And the report is the injuries are far worse than anybody knew.
I mean, it makes sense. He got run over by a snowcat.
A 14,200-pound snowcat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just bizarre. The Golden Globes were last Tuesday, so a week ago. Guess what's happening? All kinds of celebrities are testing positive for COVID.
After the Golden Globes?
Yeah, well, you have the new variation going around. It's contagious. So, I mean, we're not done with COVID. I mean, it's still out there.
Hey, did the whale guy win?
Brandon Fraser, Brandon, whatever the hell it is. I have no idea. But a number of celebrities have already tested positive from the Golden Globes, including Jamie Lee Curtis and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, my gosh. I hope it doesn't make Jamie Lee's wiener fall off.
We stop it. So they're the two that have confirmed that they believe they contracted COVID inside the Golden Globes.
Jeez, that sucks.
Also, Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, stars of the Banshees of whatever the hell that name is, they apparently tested positive for COVID as well.
Maybe that's what got Lisa Marie.
I don't think they didn't even go to the Golden Globes because I think they were positive before they got there. But you've had numerous celebrities, including the ones I mentioned, that are positive for COVID. How about that?
No fun.
Crazy.
Anything else we get at? Oh, did you see? You see
yeah.
the Kendall Jenner picture?
No.
That she's getting rolled. Kendall Jenner can't hold her own umbrella in the rain. She has a handler that walks next to her holding an umbrella so she can hold her cell phone.
Yeah, Bentley Fosworth style, like P. Diddy back in the day.
That's ridiculous. Anything else there, Rox?
Yeah, earlier in the show, we talked about a very lovely, clean gas station bathroom off the Jacaranda exit off I-75.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I've had 3 people text me about that in concurrence and one agreed the cleanest bathroom, and one was getting off at that stop at that moment.
Just to use the bathroom?
To use it. Yes,
just to
test my
check
theory.
it out?
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. God, I have so much we didn't get to. But listen, our show is jammed every day. All right, that means a loaded show for Wednesday tomorrow. Folks, the website is loaded. Videos mentioned, stories mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. Go to mjmorningshow.com. The podcast, if you missed anything, is available. MJ TV, you can watch us in studio if you missed anything. Everything accessible at mjmorningshow.com, or subscribe on your favorite platform to the MJ Morning Show on Q105. And we'll see you back here tomorrow, folks. And let's be careful out there.
Download the app now.
Get
the Q105 app and listen to us anywhere. Powered by Anna Char and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747